What's good, Global, the Ninja Turtles? How you guys doing? We got Xbox Gamescom live stream day 2. First of all, shout out to each and every last one of you guys that was here for yesterday's early morning stream over day 1. We didn't get to watch all of it. Had to get off the stream sort of abruptly. Everything's cool, by the way. Everything's good. If you were wondering, everything's good on this one. Are you on your work trip? See, you've been up all night. Hey, there's a lot more to really pop off as well too. I know we got 3 minutes, but for my for the ones here for Dokkan and stuff like that on the channel, bruh, I'm so mad at this because I gotta like I'm back at work, so for the next couple. So you feel me? Like I'm back and they always do it. Every time I gotta go back to work, they drop this ish. Every time. If you've been here for a while, you know that I've said this. It's always at the worst times for me. Always. Because I either gotta call out for like half the night to watch it and stream it, or I gotta just react to it the next day. And I don't like reacting to it the next day. I always like watching it, you know, live with everyone. So I want to say, what is this? 16's login time, which is 8. So yeah, this is what, 10 o'clock? Yeah, I'm at work. I'm at work. I can't. I did it for the last one, so I kind of can't right now. Very, very mad at that. But I might have to. I guess Saturday. Yeah, I guess Saturday. Probably make a video over it, watching it, covering it. I'll probably try to stay spoiler free. Probably try to stay off of Twitter, well X, and everything else that's going to be able to, like, probably Facebook and all that stuff that's going to be popping this off. Got to, good Lord, I might have to disable notifications because I know everyone's going to go absolutely crazy over this. But I just wanted to pop that out first for my audience to let them know, you know, like I probably won't be live for that. I probably won't be live for that, man. I know it's going to be hype too, man. I know it's going to be hype. I already used it. I've already used it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I used the rest of it that I had on the last time that I called out for watching these. So I ain't too happy about that. I'm not too happy about that. I was hoping that they would announce it like Thursday and then probably Saturday would be when they do it, not Friday night. Relax, chill, bro. It's office stuff, but come on. Calm down. I know somebody asked if I was a damn police officer last time. Relax. If I was a police officer, I probably would have busted most of y'all that's come in and said some crazy stuff. I would have been Officer Krillin all over you. To be for real. So relax, okay? Relax. Definitely not a cop. Definitely. 100%. Check this really quick. So we got 9 seconds before this pops off. I'm gonna assume yesterday was a snooze fest. It was way too much Diablo. Hopefully it's not like that today. Go ahead, let me turn it up. We're here. We're live. Great. Come on. Show us something that we need to see. Show us something we need to see, by the way.
Welcome to Gamescom live from the Xbox booth.
In just a few minutes, the team from Star Wars Outlaws will show off some gameplay from one of the most anticipated games of the year. They will tell you how to get into the newest chapter of World of Warcraft, even if you've never played before.
Hold on.
So excited for that, but later it's time to talk updates as the squad from Elder Scrolls Online stops by to unpack what fans can expect from this latest chapter and show off some game-changing features.
Plus, We've got more from Microsoft Flight Simulator, Fallout 76, and Towerborn, not to mention a new sim that literally lets you date everything. Intrigued?
What?
Stay tuned to find out more about these and many,
Not
many,
that
many
worried
other
about
titles.
Sims, but all
But
right.
first, it's
We'll see
time to
what
throw
goes on
it to the latest from Star Wars Outlaws.
here. Ooh.
Kay Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel.
I do want this game. I'm sorry. I'm a what?
This is your one shot. A safe filled with 157 million credits. And I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out?
You up there with the oiled up dude that
This
comes in there
job,
24/7. You up
it's
there.
a death wish.
You up there. And I got my eye on you now. I gotta watch you now.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone.
Yeah, this is cool enough, but let me get to that gameplay.
There's
though.
nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
Let me get to that gameplay. Because the first time I seen gameplay, it was promising. It just needed to be patched up a bit.
wanna live?
Like it has some rough spots. You could definitely tell.
In with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist.
The
without
Sims looking game looks really good. I didn't get to see it. Did they show it yesterday or something? I really low-key didn't get to see everything that they actually showed from yesterday. I know there's some Sparking Zero stuff. I don't know if I'll check it live on stream one point or in a video. I don't know.
Oh, I am so in because that rowdy trailer belongs to Star Wars Outlaws. And joining me now to talk through this very
fire.
epic space adventure, please welcome creative director Julian Garrity. How you doing?
Hello, excited.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, that's a hell of a trailer to cut. I mean,
Do you know what? That's the first time I've seen it.
no.
And it's
What do you think?
it's awesome.
Oh,
It's,
yeah.
The music gets me every time. I love the characters.
Yeah.
The locations look great. So, from a point of view of somebody who's just discovering it, I'm very happy.
Good. I mean, can you set the scene for us a little bit? Because although that did give us a little look at what we're going to be getting up to,
Yeah.
what is Star Wars Outlaws exactly?
What is Star Wars Outlaws? So, it's the first ever open world Star Wars RPG game that features scoundrels, outlaws. My favorite archetype of Star Wars. So it's really giving you the keys to be
That open world, though,
part of the underworld, part of the.
it kind of
galaxy
sits
Star
kind of
Wars
crazy because I
on
love
your
open world. I
terms.
love
I love the
sandbox.
sound of it because you're right. This is a brand new
Like an
experience for
open
a lot
world
of players.
sandbox. I
We've
love
had-
that.
we've
I
had
love
tales about
discovering
Force
Easter
Fields
eggs. I
before,
love
the
discovering all
Scoundrel.
unique things and
It's
stuff
so
like that. I
important to
love
Star
that.
Wars in general, and now to find new players
So-
is incredible.
Oh, you know,
And
damn, this
we've
look
seen a bit
good.
of Toshara, we've seen a bit of Tatooine. You've picked some great locations for the game, but now we're going to get a little look at the planet Akiva, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this is the first time we really dive into Akiva.
This looks
And
good.
Akiva was only ever featured in a series of books called
And I will say
Aftermath.
right now, it looks a little
so
more-
we're the first to
Hold
take
on.
those words and to transform them into something lush, beautiful, complex.
Yeah.
And complex not just in scenery, but also in the politics, the dynamics that are happening. You'll be able to see while Kay runs around the streets of
So, like,
Mira,
one thing
the
sticking
main
out to
city.
me.
It's very beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Either
But it's also corrupt, and you'll see that there's stormtroopers.
Either
there's
it's
an
the
Empire
stream-
presence, and the pikes and the huts are also
Like,
fighting
either-
it out.
either
So
it's the stream
Empires
that's,
and
like,
Syndicate
filtering
presence
it a bit,
within the city,
because
within the
with
planet as a whole.
watching
Well,
it
we'll
from
get onto the
one
syndicates in
source
just a sec,
off
but
another source
as
onto
I've heard
another
from you
source,
before, speaking
it
about
gets
the game,
watered down.
One thing your team's really proud
But
of, in particular with Star Wars Outlaws, is
I
those
feel like
hubs
this ain't the
where
best
Kay can get her intel, and that all
that
starts
this
with
game
cantinas.
looks.
Now, the cantinas that we have on
Like, it
Akiva,
looks good
very
right
different
now.
to the ones
Don't
we
get
have
me
on
wrong, like
Tatooine.
that
Tell
ray
me a bit about
tracing,
how you go
it's
and
all
design
there. You
these
can
to make
definitely
sure
see
they
the
feel like Star
shadow
Wars
and
cantinas,
stuff like
but
that,
also reflective
and all
of
the lighting
planet or moon
reflecting.
that they're on.
But
Absolutely.
I
So
feel like this
the
ain't
Cantina
cranked
is
up
this flashpoint of
like
everything
max
that
settings,
makes Star Wars special.
especially on a
And
PC
the
currently
approach,
right now.
The design philosophy that we
Like, that's
worked
what it
with,
feels like right now. It feels like
Lucasfilm
this is
Games
in, like,
really allowed us to understand
performance
the
sort of
simplicity,
mode.
relatability, and yet difference
And
that all of these locations
it looks-
can take. So, for example,
Like
in the
some
real
of
world,
the-
you have jazz bars, you have Korean
how do I put this?
barbecues, you have
Some of the colors
all
look
of
kinda
these
like
different
washed a
types
bit.
of location. So
Like,
each one of
not
these
as
have
vibrant
to have a different
as what
type
I've
of
seen
vibe.
from other things.
Here in Akiva,
Especially
it's
in some of the
a tropical
trailers.
tiki bar. So that's the vibe that we were going for there.
If that makes
Sounds
sense.
great, and it's obviously a great place to meet up.
Kind of
with
feels like
these
Uncharted.
syndicates and get some jobs.
It does give
How
that.
do they
Alright, it does
make
give
an
that vibe
impact
off
on the game.
from
Of course, this
Uncharted,
is a
like
game
the
about
actual
underworld of
look
Star Wars.
of
And
things.
there are four
Look, I get what
main
you- I get what you're
syndicates.
saying
There's
on that.
maybe more, but there are
It does
four
give- it
main
does give me
syndicates
that.
that you'll be dealing with.
It does
the
give me
Pikes,
that.
The Hutts, the Ashiga clan that we created with Lucasfilm Games, and the Crimson Dawn. And you, as an outlaw, are going to be able to work on your reputation with each one of those. Doing jobs for some.
I like how they
betraying
didn't go to
others,
appearance.
And building your profile accordingly. So very, very involved in your personal
Notice
story
that they
throughout
didn't go
this
to
adventure.
appearance.
That's incredible. So they will form
Far
a
Cry.
general structure that Kay can live out the
I mean, they're
story
both
in, but how much
sort of
agency do
similar.
players have to maybe
So-
go off the beaten path, maybe take Kay down.
Like a
some
lot of those
slightly
games
darker
kinda like
routes, or
that.
Playing the good guy.
It feels like this fits in with
100%
those
up to
type
you.
games.
So, for example, here, this is the first time we ever show this quest, and it's a quest where you've landed in Akiva. Your main focus is to go pick up a droid smith. A droid smith that you need to pull off this heist that we've been talking about. 157 million credits. That's a lot of
Not
credits.
bad, yeah.
And to do that, you're going to have to upgrade
gear,
your
enemies
equipment,
caught
which we're
within
doing
the smoke.
there.
Yeah.
We're making sure that your loadout.
Okay,
is
so
the right
yeah, there's
one.
a
You jump on
ton
your
of what
speeder,
I'm thinking is
and
gonna.
you'll be
There's a
able to
ton
be
of customization.
distracted
There's
by
a ton of like
curiosity on the way.
sets
So you're
and stuff like
speeding
that that you need on your
You're
character.
on the way. It's
That you
quite a
can get.
journey, and on that journey, you're going to be able to do jumps, tricks.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting.
The bike is based on a
gonna be
motocross, so it feels visceral as well.
Right.
And you'll be able to come across different things. Like here, we have an Imperial shuttle landing. Do you go and mingle with those people? Do you mess around with the Empire at this point, or do you save it for a little bit later on? Because guess what? That droid smith, he's going to be located in an Imperial compound.
Oh, just our luck. Just our luck. Well, how well equipped can the player be to tackle?
Oh,
That's
oh,
not-
wait. All right,
that's
so
a
this is give. This is
fortress.
see
So,
now. This
what
is
does Kay
what
bring to the
is
table to
giving
be
me
able to do
that
these kind of scenarios?
Ubisoft, that
She's gotta have the
Assassin's
equipment to be able to
Creed,
do that. And that starts off with
like,
things like your
that-
binoculars to be able
what,
to scope the different opportunities.
Tom
It's
Clancy
not just one way
a
in.
vibe
There's several ways in.
where it's like,
way-
oh yeah,
the
scout
surest
everything
way
out.
to meet
Like
them
go
in
through. You
a
can go
very
through
certain
quiet, or you can go
is to
through
go in guns blazing,
silent
'cause
and
this is
deadly
the
type
Empire
stuff.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's a massive force
That's
in
what I
front of
like. This
We're gonna
this
go
right here is what I like.
Okay.
This look
And
good.
binoculars,
This
one
part
thing,
looks good. This it looks
blaster,
way
another.
better at
Mix,
night,
incredibly
especially
important.
raining. I mean, I
Let's
guess most things
just
do with the
have a
reflections,
taste of
but
how Kay uses
I like
mix.
this.
Okay.
She's going to be sending me across and attacking, clawing the hell out of that stormtrooper.
I feel bad for the guy. That's
You shouldn't. He's there.
How did not
He's
see
built for
that
this.
or hear
Okay,
that?
You take out the second stormtrooper, and now you have to hack through that laser barrier to be able to get into the gooey good stuff in the middle
Yeah.
of that fortress.
so. There's quite a few different ways of engaging in a mission like this.
Absolutely.
What would happen if we did go in all blasters blazing? Would it be a big problem for us on this particular mission?
This is an Empire compound, so that's going to be a real problem.
Okay. I'll take your advice on
One of the conditions is that you don't set off the alarm, because if the alarm
Oh.
sets off, you're going to shut down that compound.
Fair enough.
You may revisit the compound later on to be able to steal more stuff and to really find all of the treasures. And there, you can do it the way you want. But ATSTs guarding the door, you've got a blaster in next. Do you really want to put yourself in that sort of situation?
I could take my chances, honestly. Earlier on, though, we did see with Kay's using her blaster now, but before that, she was working on it a bit on her workbench.
Yes.
Inside the Trailblazer.
That-
what is that all about? Is that like?
That's
Oh, this is going to
Yeah,
be
that's absolutely upgrading your weapon.
way more
'Cause we want this to be about a resourceful
strategic
underdog.
in terms of going
A
in stealthy
resourceful underdog,
than I
they
thought for a
have
second.
One main tool that you can upgrade. You can have a charge blast, which is like a rocket launcher.
What?
Plasma, which is the regular blaster
Right.
with speed mode to it, so it feels like an automatic weapon. And you have one function, which is the shot
did not hear that
function,
door open?
which we'll see a little bit later on.
Nice. I love the way that she even moves around. Like you mentioned before, Scoundrel archetype's one of your favorites, but the movements of Kay, the mannerisms, the swagger really communicates that so well.
It's something that we worked on Division 2.
Right.
And those are trained military agents, civilian agents, but with military training. Here we wanted a resourceful underdog, so you have to have that different movement. But all of those mannerisms and that sort of swagger that you see there, that's Umberly, who brought that to the character, and she'll be able to tell you all about it.
Okay, great. I'll make sure to. One thing that I want to point out as well, we did just talk about the blaster a little bit. We're getting to see some of the action over there. Nice shot, by the way. The sound of it, too. I mean, in Star Wars, there are so many sounds that are iconic. Players, you know, when we listen to them, it makes the hair in our
If you close your eyes.
Okay, so I see there's a lot of things, and it's still got that pulse that you can do, the fine things.
Yeah, but Kay's blaster also has a really satisfying punch to it. So tell me about the process for making sure that you're designing your weapons sound-wise, the feel of it, the look of it, make sure it's authentically Star Wars, but also brand new, something that you've created.
We have to get inspiration from the past. Get
Bro, this looks
inspiration
good,
from
though.
the original trilogy, because this adventure.
I was kind of
happens in
skeptical of
between
it at
Empire
first, but
Strikes
this,
Back and
like,
Return of the Jedi.
Right.
after
So
seeing this
we
so
had
far, this looks
access
pretty
to all
solid.
of those things, and then the pleasure is looking at that, working with that, and coming up with something that sounds new and that become its own sound. And that extends from the sound design to, you know, the music of the piece, which I think is remarkable. We heard it
gorgeous.
in the trailer. It's fantastic.
Anytime I hear the horns, honestly, I'm goosebumps. It's crazy. So we finally find our droid smith here then, I guess.
Yeah, who's not particularly.
Oh no, she
happy
didn't
to
look good
see.
in that.
So I'm not going to spoil the story.
In
but
that little
the
cutscene,
droidsmith,
she didn't look good.
Gadik, has a past. With
She
him.
looked a little rough.
And he's ended up working.
Like, she looked
with
like
the
she needed a
Empire,
little more
so you
polishing.
know he's made some really bad decisions.
Oh dear, yeah. It's not great. I mean, he's already got a protocol droid firing a gun at us. I never thought I'd see that. But
How you miss?
now that's caught his interest.
That's caught his interest.
How'd she miss?
There's a real challenge. There's a real opportunity. It's not motivated by the credits, but
Right?
tinkering
I think it
around
is.
with some new tech.
I like
That's
it.
what catches his eye.
I could get on with this guy. But the problem is, once we extract Gadik, we have to get out as well, right?
And that's where the blaster comes into its full use.
Nice.
So this is going to be part of one of those main quests. It's a linear quest, and there's a whole path where you explode into the combats, and you use all of the tools at your disposal.
Right.
Before we edited a little segment,
Teenage
which is a
Mutant Ninja
puzzle
Turtles.
room.
Right,
We didn't want to spoil the puzzle. We didn't want to spoil the traversal. We wanted to focus on the real action of this
Yeah,
piece.
great. And now we're getting some serious combat because there was no chance to sneak there. Everybody's just
That's
ripped
it.
over and saw us immediately.
Let's just escape.
But this is where Kay sort of comes into her own, because scoundrels, they love to improvise. They're good under pressure, and so I guess you're encouraging players to make sure they look around them, identify bits that are useful, send nicks out, play around with it a bit.
All of those tools, you've got an adrenaline shot. If you recognize that, it allows you to slow time, pick your targets, and it's an automatic kill.
Nice.
Automatic,
That's
you
a bit more of
say?
a problem, though.
This guy's got a shield,
I don't.
and one
There's
of your modules
definitely no way
will be able to
that
disable that shield. open
that
them
couldn't
up
be
for
abused
the,
in terms
the
of
deadly shot.
in game. No way of that, right?
Absolutely stunning.
And that's it. You grapple hook out and
we're
escape the
clear.
base.
You make it seem so easy. I'm gonna try it, and it's not gonna
So-
be that.
I wish I was playing.
They
this.
definitely didn't show that
There's a
whole base
team,
and
they've
what
done
you
an
can get through
amazing
it,
job at capturing this.
which
Yeah,
means
I
there's
mean,
obviously
right at
going
the
to be
end, though, we
something
also got a
that's
little
probably
sizzle, a
pretty
little
good
taste
in
of
there.
The rest of what's to come in the game, and
I like
one
it,
thing in
and the
particular
fact
I
that you
spotted
could
there
come
was
back
some sabak
afterwards
Yep.
So,
Sabak.
you gotta
and
tell
keep
me about that
redoing
because
it,
I love it.
just opens
Sabak
up
is a
so
big
much
part of the scoundrel lifestyle. So we
replayability.
wanted to create
I like
our
it.
own rules, which gave
I like
us
that a
this,
lot.
this depth
Chat,
of play. And
y'all
being
messing
able
with
to
the
collect
Star Wars
special
Outlaws or not?
cards that change
'Cause
the
I'm
rules of the
messing
game
with
while
that
we
one.
go
I'm
along.
probably
So There'll be
I might even
tournaments,
pre-order
there'll be
that one.
high-stakes games, there'll
To be
be
honest, I might
a
even
lot of
pre-order that one.
credits to win.
Because don't they come out like
Great. Well, I'll have to get
this
practicing
month,
on that,
like the 30th or
definitely.
somewhere
But
around there?
I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. This has been incredibly insightful.
I want to say it comes
Cannot
out
wait
somewhere
to play
around
the
there.
game, and it's not too long until launch. So
No,
buckle
next
up.
week. Next
Buckle
week.
up.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us, Julian. Next up, though, to celebrate the launch
That's
of Star Wars
pretty nice.
Outlaws, we decided to test some
pretty
lucky
nice.
fans on their Star Wars knowledge. Let's see how they got on.
Welcome to the
You
home
know what?
of Star
I like
Wars Outlaws here at the beautiful Xbox booth, and it's time for a massive giveaway.
Yeah, I mess with
we've
that.
rounded up some fans for a chance to win some very fabulous prizes. How will they earn this sweet loot, I hear you ask? Well, Star Wars trivia, of course. So here's how it's going to work. Each fan will be given a Star Wars Outlaws trivia question, and if they answer correctly, they will win a beautiful Nyx plushie. Isn't it adorable? Wow. Then they will be given a more difficult Star Wars Outlaws question, and if they answer that one correctly, they will win one of these custom Xbox Design Lab
There's too many
Elite
games. This
Series
comes out
2 controllers
now.
and be entered to win one of
Well,
our
next
grand
week.
prize Star Wars Outlaws Xbox Series X and S consoles. Are you ready? Let's go. I'm here with the lovely Citron. And where are you from, Citron? I'm from Cologne. Amazing. Are you ready to win some prizes? Yes. Okay, let's go. First question. What is the name of the main character of Star Wars Outlaws? It's Kay. Yes! What's her last name? Bess. Yes, let's go! That's a Nyx plushie for you. Well done. That's yours. Something to color. Okay, are you ready for your next question? It's going to step up a little. Ready? Yes, I'm ready. What is the name of Kay Vess's starship? Oh, God.
I don't know this one. I don't know this one.
know. Take a guess. Oh, so close, but it's not correct. Well, we still got your Nyx plushie, so well done, though.
Damn, you ain't gonna give the right answer?
Okay, I am here with.
You know what?
Jan.
It's
Jan,
true,
lovely
I
to
guess.
speak to you. And
Don't
where are you
give. No,
from
no, no.
today?
This is already
I'm from
pre-recorded. So what the
Stunning.
hell?
Are you ready to win some Star Wars prizes?
Like, no,
Okay,
no.
question
Well, you can
number
give it
one.
out. It ain't
What
like
is the
everybody gonna
name
hear
of
it.
Kay Vess's main companion.
The little guy calls Nyx.
Yes, it is, and here he is now. Congrats! Way! Good. Okay, are you ready to step up a level now?
Yes.
Okay. And how can Nyx
That looks
help
beautiful.
Kay in battle in the game?
So he can attack people and pull levers and stuff.
That sounds good to me. I think that's correct. Let's go. GG's. Well done. The Star Wars controller.
Hold on. Was
I
that
am
not
here with
completely different
Marcel, how are
level
you
of
today?
a hard
I'm fine,
question for the
thank you.
next
Are you ready
thing?
to win some Star Wars prizes?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Like, what
First
can the
question.
companion
What's
do?
the launch date of Star Wars
What's the name of the damn ship?
The 30th of August.
That sounds like two different levels of difficulty right there. Like there was a difficulty spike
Next one?
in the middle of that.
Okay. Between which two
What?
classic Star Wars movies do the events of Star Wars Outlaws take place?
The Empire Strikes Back and the Return of the Jedi.
Let's go! Well done, Marcel. You win the controller.
See, now that one was horrible. That was more of a hard one.
Fan. GG's. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. But
Is he gonna
I'm
get
now here with
Ilya.
Ilga. How are you today?
Thank you
exactly?
very much,
That's why I
fine.
say they could
Awesome.
literally
Let's win some
tell
Star
the
Wars
answers.
prizes together. You ready?
Yes, I am.
First question. What is the preferred weapon of Kay Vess?
It's a blaster.
Yes, it's a heavy blaster. Let's go. And next plushie for you. Well done. Are you ready to step it up a level?
Yes, of course.
Next question, a bit harder. Where did Kay grow up?
On Tatooine, but I have forgot the exact place.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It was Cantonica and Canto Bite, but so close. Well done. Enjoy
She
the
said the
next
answer that
plushie.
time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's go. Woo. Yay. Woo. Okay, I'm now here with
Thomas.
Thomas. Lovely to chat to you. Are you ready to win some Star Wars prizes?
That's what I was about to say. It's like, no
Yeah.
one. Why
I
they stop
believe
at
in you.
two?
Okay, first question.
Yeah.
Who is the publisher of Star Wars Outlaws, the game?
It's Ubisoft.
Yes, it is! And next plushie for you! Woo! Let's go! Okay, next question, a little bit harder now.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Try.
What type of droid is ND5? Kay's pal ND5. What kind of droid?
It must be a PX Commander?
Yes, it is! BS Commando Dial, yeah!
Boy, that boy was ready for that. He's seen that shit on the side. He's peeping that the whole time.
That's it for us here at Trivia Gamescom. But if you think you can do a little bit better, you too can enter for a chance to win a custom Star Wars Outlaws Xbox Series X with a controller stand or an Xbox Series S.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Head over to
that wasn't a part of that. Excuse me, that wasn't a part of it. My fault. I was under the impression that you were answering like 3 questions, and they might have been giving out a console right then and there. I was under the impression of that or whatever they'd have to just order or something like that, voucher, put in their information and send it to them.
But
whatever.
now is K-Vest
But
herself, Amelie Gonzalez.
that's
How you
all right.
doing?
Happy to be here. Exciting.
They did pretty good on the quiz.
They did. I was answering along with them.
Yeah, they were ready to give them little plushies out.
Obviously. Nick's did too.
He's got his drink. He's happy.
He's so good.
Yeah, it's perfect. Great. Now, I'm the sort of person that loves to know a Star Wars fan in particular. So before we get into talking how you're actually in the game, break down for me. What was your first what was your Star Wars awakening? How did that come about?
Well, I grew up in Venezuela, so it was all in Spanish, and it was Guerra de las Galaxias. So, that's something I love about Star Wars, is that it doesn't matter the color of your skin, what language you speak, where in the world you are, you all have a Star Wars story, and mine just happened to be on the other side of, South America. So it's exciting, when I got to share about it with my family and friends. I got to relate to it in my language, in my culture.
What was their reaction when they first found out that, by the way, I'm actually going to be in it now?
Unreal. I mean, there was a lot of questions. I think my family also, especially my parents, they started watching all of the movies, especially when I shared that it was in the original trilogy between Empire and, Return of the Jedi. So I did too. I think I blasted the Star Wars theme song, and I watched the movies, and anytime I see anything Star Wars, I just have this Star Wars.
That's part of it.
I'm like,
that's us. In terms of Kay and playing the role of a scoundrel, where did you have to go for that? What did you have to reach into to sort of conjure up?
All right, my guy, have
this
a good
character?
Appreciate you coming out.
I mean, obviously, we've seen scoundrels in this timeline, like the likes of Han Solo and Lando Calrissian.
So I want to say yesterday
so
was how long was yesterday's?
They have the expertise. They know what they're doing.
First day at Gamescom.
They're out there in the galaxy. Unlike Kay,
because we were an hour
rookie.
in and they'd only shown like
she's
3
not
games,
an
and
expert
2 of them were
scoundrel,
Diablo.
but she's a survivalist,
So I'm gonna assume
and her and Nyx, survive
maybe
off
2,
of
maybe
odd
3
jobs
hours,
and Canto Bay,
maybe.
and they're dreaming of more. I love the attitude, the charm, the witty banter, the swagger that they have. And, those characters were obviously inspiration, but I got to try to bring my own heart to it. K-Vest has flaws. She's imperfect. She has a vulnerability that I feel I brought to the role even from the first tape that I sent in back in 2022, So that's something, it's a collaboration from the whole team.
Well, the whole team's really important to it, because when you're playing through it and you even hear the banter between Kay and ND5, and you're like, God, I really am a K-Vest. This is so relatable.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Yeah. What's it like working with a wider team then on building a new cast of characters to put into a franchise like Star Wars? Did you have to work together too much, or?
Absolutely. I mean, when you walk into a franchise that's already established, I guess you understand so much of it, the tone, just kind of the general vibe of what we're making. But because it's motion capture, you require so much aid in visualizing what the world is going to look like. I don't have the luxury of relying on sets and costumes and hair and makeup.
Anything
we're
good?
In the mocap studio
so far?
In these
this is it. This is all they've shown.
With these
is Star
We're in a
Wars,
volume
and to be quite honest,
hundreds of
the
infrared
gameplay of
cameras
it was
that are
pretty
capturing
nice.
our every
Not gonna
movement.
lie,
It's a lot more
it was pretty nice.
intentional.
Looking
You have
forward
to have
to
this
it.
awareness of your
The
body
rest
and your
of it
instrument.
has just been yapping, but I think this is pretty much going to be the norm of this. Is you're going to see a little bit of gameplay, then a whole lot of yapping, and then move on to another game, a little bit of gameplay, then a whole lot of yapping. Don't know if we're going to see any other. By the way, chat. I need to know. Did they shadow drop anything on Game Pass yesterday?
So that must be
because that was like one thing I was possibly looking at is a possible shadow drop right in on Game Pass.
And you have worked in games before, but this is clearly the most involved project.
Actually, I haven't even been on
it.
Right?
From top to bottom. I mean, I'm there every day in almost every scene. I've recorded over like 11,400 lines for the game. So I hope you enjoy my voice. You're going to hear a lot of it. It's expansive, you know, and it takes years to create it. They've been working on it for a couple years before I jumped on
that's
back
a decent
in
little bit,
2022.
but
So it's a long process. It's an incredible
I feel like if you're playing it for a long time, it's going to feel like you hear the same thing over and over again.
So
especially if it's going to have a whole lot of
video games
replayability.
Leading
Hopefully
a game
she gets
requires
some
a
more
lot more
like
responsibility.
lines put in or something like that, like updated.
Totally. I can't wait to play the game, honestly. It just
they should get paid more too.
Absolutely incredible.
No
Surely
Diablo.
real life Nyx at least.
No,
to
God.
help
Obviously, we had him on set.
Yeah, of course. The inspiration's there. Well,
Goodness
Thanks
gracious,
so
no.
much for joining me.
I don't know if I could stand
It's not too long till it launches
another
either,
Diablo,
so you're gonna get
like
to see how other
what,
people react.
almost
It's
30,
hitting
40
people
minutes of
on
Diablo
August
talk.
30th.
I don't think I can do that again.
Face ready for it, so
I
that
seriously
I'm good
do
to
not
go.
think I can do that again.
Close.
Very close.
You can use Nyx to
I think
cheat,
I would
but
probably
He's great for that, right?
mute
I'll
it
let you enjoy the rest of your Gamescom.
and
Thank you.
But coming up, we
probably
celebrate
look at other
20
things
years of
while they were
World
still
of
talking about
Warcraft
Diablo.
With the new War Within
To be
expansion.
honest.
We're going to find out what fans can expect from the latest Elder Scrolls Online update. And next up, we're catching up with the team from 2 Point Studios on their latest title, 2 Points Museum. But first, the die has been cast, and that is only the beginning. Check out the new expansion coming to Lost in Random.
Who?
The Queen enters the board.
That's interesting.
What in random? We're not dead, Fortune.
A dice wielder. Oh, luck has finally turned.
Anyway, will you have him? Let's make this one count.
Come here, girl, and accept your punishment.
You know, it kind of gives me some Diablo and some Hades sort of vibes.
Greetings from the amazing CSUN Games.
I hate to say Diablo again, but you know.
The upcoming cross-platform online multiplayer game Mecha Break, launching in 2025.
Bro, the zoom ups is crazy.
Let's showcase some gameplay through Mecha
Bro,
Break's
the-
core mode, 6 versus 6 squad missions.
I hate where gaming is going right now with this skin tight suits on every female character. I seriously hate it so much.
We'll demo the Eye of
Like
Visor
just the fact that they zoomed in
points by
twice
capturing and uploading launch keys.
in like
Striker
15
is
seconds is crazy.
that excels in aerial
Like that tells a lot. There's probably gonna be a whole lot of cosmetic in this game, a whole lot. And it kind of sucks because I'm like, this should be focused more on the mechs.
Players can maneuver
But goodness
their
gracious.
guys in fight, controlling their landing spot at the match's start to open strategic options that can turn the tide of battle. For example, Falcon excels in aerial strikes and reconnaissance. Pilots must be agile, coordinating hit-and-run tactics with teammates while staying under the radar. We've refined combat to ensure it feels satisfying both in the air and on the ground, with each mech having unique attributes distinct from other shooters.
Bro, I feel like the flying mech, because first of all, this shit looks crazy to me. I love it. Like obviously, I'm a Gundam head. I love this, but I feel like you're gonna have like an unfair advantage in the air, zipping it around like that, unless there's like heat-seeking missile barrages or something like that you could sort of have to counterplay that. Look, like look out.
We address this by carefully assessing each mech's strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, it's like get in, get out. Like one swipe on an enemy, get in and get out.
The goal is to move
Fast.
the payload to the finish line. Seizing checkpoints along the way speeds up the payload.
That's what it looked
Brace
like.
yourself and face threats from both the air and ground with your squad. Showcasing another striker, Tricera. Wielding dueling Gatling guns, Tricera is a ground-based striker that often serves as the tank for a team, boosting efficiency when pushing the payload. Tricera's Fortress Room features an anti-missile system that uniquely protects the payload or control points. Another powerful ground striker is Stego.
Okay. There's a little bit of combat from that.
When transformed, Stego specializes in long-range fire support as an ultra-heavy striker armed with the big guns.
Okay.
In Prob Sinkhole Net, the goal is to collect mining data by capturing data nodes, making teamwork and strategy essential.
Okay, so pretty much kind of like domination or something.
Brawler equipped with a powerful lance
Capture the
and
flag.
shield booster kit. Panther's devastating charged attacks and defense capabilities make it a fearsome opponent in close combat. But Panther isn't the only brawler in Mecha Break. Be prepared.
Oh, that was dope as hell.
Welcome, two melee machines with unique abilities that can take out enemies both at a distance and up close.
Oh my God, that was dope. Dare I say that was sexy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Just to put the armor on in the middle like that? No, that's wild. Why can't we get a Gundam game? Why can't we just have a damn Gundam game come out on every platform like this? Like an actual Gundam game.
Sky Raider is a powerful and swift
Bro,
air
it's
attacker
crazy.
that can transform into a bomber to rain fire on enemy forces. The elegant yet lethal Narukami rules the battlefield with pinpoint sniping and advanced optical camouflage, making it almost impossible to capture the sniper.
Almost impossible. I don't know if I like that. What's stopping somebody from getting? There's got to be a limit of how high you can get up. But I was going to say, what's stopping them from getting up at the top and just bow, 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 bow down? Like especially a good sniper, just bow, bow, bow.
Esteemed guests,
I don't know,
to
man.
2 Point Museum's Coastal Deep
It seemed like every
Marine Life Museum
thing
in
that they
2 Point
shown
County
through
is,
that,
just as you'd expect,
I felt like
situated along the coast and boasts
there's
a
something that was just
trove of
overpowered,
Atlantean
which
exhibits.
could be good
Or
since
at least
everything
it
would be
will
overpowered,
once some experts
but
have sent them on perilous
it just looked like
expeditions to
everything that they
unearth
showed
rare,
could
but
be like
sometimes soggy
heavily
sunken
abused.
treasures.
If you get good at like
Discovering
one
and
thing in the
maintaining
game,
happiness of aquatic life is
good
also a
lord.
big attraction of the Marine Life Museum. And
Hopefully
fish
we
have
do get a
surprising
Gundam
number
game
of
because
requirements
this
to
looks
meet
good. Yeah, it does
to
look
stay
good.
Happy and swimming. Guests will be wowed by
Yeah.
the remnants of Wetlantis, and the more impressed they
I like
are,
it
the
though.
more they
I
will
like
donate.
mix.
The more donations means more funds to keep your facilities clean, everything nicely
To follow the
decorated,
combat.
and
I
vending
think
machines
once you
well
probably get
stocked.
into it,
Once you uncover the
it is
Marine
very
Life Museum,
fast
you
paced,
can then
but
hire
you can
Wetlandian
also choose to be a
experts in all
ground
your
unit
other museum
that's just
locations.
extremely heavy and just
From
firing
there,
off shots
you can grow your
everywhere,
aquatic collection
or
throughout your
you could be a ground
museum
unit that's running
empire.
around too,
Thank you
or you could
for
be a
attending
sniper,
this coastal deep dive.
sniping in a spot. It seems like it's kind of got something for everything. The only thing you'd have to worry about is
running
this.
your own museum,
Looking back
or
and
just
forth,
really
especially when you play on the
enjoy
big
the
TV.
2-point series of games,
Then it's gonna be like
then listen up, because our next
the whole
guests
time.
have the
So you
game
probably
for
gonna
you.
get some
And
neck
me, here to tell us
exercises.
all about 2-Point Museum. Please welcome 2-Point Studios design director Ben Huskins and executive
Wait, is this that
producer
sim that
Joe
people were
Kurla.
talking about?
Welcome to Gamescom to Cologne.
It's great to be here.
Great to be here.
Is this the
How's
sim
Germany treating
thing?
you?
Oh,
Wonderful.
absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It's
The weather
such a
is
great.
good?
The atmosphere is incredible.
Yeah.
It is.
A little bit too warm, but that's okay.
That's okay. And the halls are cooled, so everything okay. And today's the first consumer day, so we're really excited to have you here. So, 2-Point has taken on education with campus, on medicine with hospitals. So now, Ben, how did you come up with the idea, the theme of museums,
Skip?
and why should fans
No?
be excited
Oh,
about
okay.
this game?
Yeah,
I
well,
thought it
the
was
thing
for a
that's
second.
great about museums is that they have
So
these
this is
amazing
probably gonna be
collections
a-
of completely unique exhibits.
A skippy game for me.
And as
yeah.
soon as we started talking about museum as an idea, we got really excited about what if we let players build up their own unique collections of exhibits.
Next game.
And that got us thinking about, well, like how do players get these exhibits? They can they can send their experts off on expeditions around the county. They can basically
lie,
explore
like
and
get one of
discover.
them
We
Xbox
really love
shirts.
this idea
What
of
if they got
getting
them on
across
sale?
this sense of
I need to get
exploration
some.
and
I need
discovery and
Xbox to send me some merch.
anticipation about what
That's
might
what I
come
need.
back when your team comes back from an expedition.
Hey, Phil,
and this
if you-
just
if
got
you
us really
listening,
excited about
hit me
you
up.
know, getting these exhibits and then of
send
course,
me over
once
some
you've got
Xbox
them,
merch. I'll be happy.
putting them on display in your museums and actually that whole side of it as a museum manager.
I'd be happy,
You deciding
especially
how you lay
controllers,
things
man. I
out
love
and
controllers,
you deciding
bro.
where do
I'm
you
almost
put your
thought
most
about getting back
impressive
into
exhibits, where do you want to
sort of
channel your
customizing
guests through the
controllers again.
museum and how do you give them the best possible experience?
I've got some
They used to
ideas.
do it back in like 360
but,
era.
I've also saw
I think
in
maybe
the
even the
trailer that you welcome
Xbox
families.
One.
I saw a lot of little
Early-
children
early,
climbing
years of
on
Xbox
very
One.
precious exhibitions. So what
I don't
do
know
we
why,
need
but
to
I just
look
like
out
taking them
for
apart
when
and
we're
putting in
welcoming
different
those
colors
visitors?
together.
So
Stuff
we're
like
really
that. Really
excited
think about
to
doing
introduce
it.
children to Two Point County, and I think it's just felt like such a natural fitting, a natural place for them to be. And with children, we've been shooting family groups, we've introduced school trips, and all sorts of. They're kind of like little agents of chaos, and they make a bright mess
Another
of the museum,
yapper
don't they? But we've
incoming.
also introduced
Go to an actual
lot of
museum? I
other
mean-
character types, like the professor. He's
Oh, is
pretty
that all
cool.
this is? It's just
He
like,
likes knowledge,
oh,
doesn't he?
Yeah. So when
no, is this a
professors come in,
city
you need
sort
to
of
focus a bit more on
builder sort of
education
thing?
because
Where
they're
you
gonna
just building it?
donate money based on how much they learn about all of your exhibits.
Yeah.
And then if you've got frozen items, you'll get
the Yetis. I love
I
them.
mean,
love the
I
frozen
know
exhibits
why
particularly.
people
So you always have to maintain
like
your
some of this
exhibit,
stuff.
so
I
the
do
frozen
know that.
items, you need to have your freezer
People
cooler,
really do like
and
these
then you'll
games.
get Yetis come to visit.
There's a lot of like kids,
How do I keep them happy
a
throughout
lot
the
of
game?
older people,
So I particularly
and also just people that like to sit back and just chill and like
for me, I keep
flex
my
their
business
creative
happy by making a beautiful museum.
skills.
So I
Like,
looking for
there's a lot.
customization options.
Like, you'd be
the
surprised on how
lighting,
much people
decorative
really do
items,
enjoy
and
these
Try
games.
and make a really incredible space for them to enjoy.
Yeah, Joe's museums are usually a work of art, whereas my museums,
Yeah, basically, roller coaster
I guess my
tycoon stuff,
philosophy is more, fill their minds with wonder, empty their wallets. That's more my approach.
Yeah, that's
so
straight on.
my museums tend to end
What
up
did you
being
say?
a bit of a hellish labyrinth where visitors have to.
Because I could have swore
go
I thought
through
I
about
heard him say
5
something about
different gift
emptying
shops,
wallets.
before they can escape the museum.
This man is trying to
Don't get
get
me wrong,
hired
they still
somewhere
have a good
else.
time,
Be on the
they just
lookout for
leave with
him
no money.
in
So
the
in another
upcoming.
world, you would
Because if
be
I see him on
managing a
any
theme
other
park
projects,
also.
especially that have
exactly,
any kind of microtransactions, I know
So
exactly
is each museum
it's him.
restricted to one exhibit type?
He trying to
So you
get
can
as
put
much
any
money
muse-
as
any
possible.
exhibit in any museum.
I can't believe he actually said that.
Because we wanted the players to really have freedom to build and
That's a
design the
damn
museum however
shame.
they wanted
That might be
to.
worse.
And I saw
Nah, that's still not worse
definitely something
than
new,
either
which are
subscribe, donate, or
unique
get the
fish in
F
the
out. No,
game.
that's
So
that's
can
not
you
worse
tell
than
me
that.
more
That's not
about
worse than
the
that.
creation of these
That's
odd
still number
features
one,
and how
but
we
that's
can
pretty
enjoy
that's
the
pretty
fruits
up
of that
there.
labor?
Like your
So we
goal
have
is to
lots of
literally
fun coming
just
up
get
with
as
the
much
ideas
money
for
as
the fish.
possible.
I think with the exhibits in our game, sometimes we kind of pull on pop culture references. Sometimes
crazy.
it's an idea for an animation, a joke or a pun. But with the fish, we kind of leaned quite heavily on real life reference, but then try to inject 2-point humor and charm into it. So, like for example, we've got the pufferfish. He's my personal favourite. He's very cute. He's got goofy eyes, puffy cheeks, and you can actually get him as a plushie in the gift shop, which is super cute. We've got the clownfish. He's
Oh,
small,
you can give him a
with a red
costume
nose,
in the
so
gift
that's
shop,
quite,
can
like,
you?
on the nose. We've also got like
You
the
see how
bull
he's
shark,
smiling
who's
too
kind of
much
scary looking. He's
right
a
there?
shark with a bull ring, and he actually has
Emptying them
chicken
wallets.
separate to what I do because he does eat the little fish.
Man, you
Okay,
just lost so much
talking about
PR.
fish,
You
let's talk
lost so
about
much
fish
ore. Well, you
romance.
didn't really have
I
that much
always
to
wanted
begin
to say
with.
that on
You
an
lost
Xbox
so much ore
broadcast.
right there.
No, but
Was
seriously,
about like
how
a
do we
1,000
keep
minus
the
1,000
fish
right then and there when he said
population
empty wallets.
Yeah, so I mean the
That's kinda
whole
crazy.
aquarium management feature as a whole, there's quite a lot of depth to it.
I never
really,
thought I'd
because
see something like that
there's all
happen
these
in
different
real
types of
time.
fish, and they all
But
behave
I
in
think I
different
just
ways,
did.
and they all have different characteristics.
I think most
and you're
people
having to
probably
think
was
about,
like,
do I have enough filters in the
You going after
aquarium
my what?
to keep them going? Do I have the
no.
right types of food for the different fish that I've got in there? Is the aquarium the right
Oh, I
temperature
know.
for
It's
them?
definitely
'Cause
made
all
as
the
museum
fish have
goes.
different
But you can
needs,
see how it
different
can be taken out of
requirements.
context. You can see
So there's
that.
quite a lot of depth to it. Like the aquarium management
just
as a
from
whole,
having
it's almost
fun
a
with it,
game in
you
itself.
can see.
And so
And
yeah,
here.
you're having to think about how do I keep them
think he was
healthy
right, too.
because
I think
you
that's
can
what he
even
actually
name
really
your individual fish and get quite attached. You know, oh, it's Clive.
Hey, what's going on in the back?
Don't get me attached, please not.
Hey, cameraman, cameraman, can you step past them for a second and just overlook the balcony and see what's going on down there for a little bit? Sound man, cut off their microphone for a second.
Okay.
Exactly.
Just
Let's see. What's going on down there?
The name of my fish is called.
Like, what's that dude back there doing?
If I want to know what he needs,
what's he playing?
Food, what he really likes. Where do I find it? Like, is there a fish tab or?
Oh yeah.
Ah, okay.
There's lots of info. Yeah.
Lots of information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then, how do you actually level up the whole museum?
Right, yeah, so...
You should work for Bandai. No. You should work for Activision.
You're going to want to go on
Activision is way worse than Bandai Namco when it comes to trying to bleed your wallets for damn sure.
Think about where should I put them relative to the
Actually,
things that I've already got?
speaking,
How's it
EA
affecting my
is
layout?
probably
Maybe I
worse
need
than
to
that.
reorganize my whole museum layout.
You know, it is what it is.
And as you get more things, the visitors will want to stay for longer in your museums. You're going to need to put down, cafes and other facilities to keep them happy. Otherwise, the kids will get bored and then they'll leave, and the parents will be really angry.
Right.
And so yeah, you need to build up your collection of exhibits. And just keep those guests staying as long as possible.
Bro is yapping,
and the thing we were really keen to
he
do.
really is. He's a bona fide yapper.
People get quite attached to their museums.
Bona fide
because
yapper.
as you build up that collection, and you're having to look after them, right? Because you don't want your fish to die.
Bartholomew. Yeah.
You don't want your frozen
Bona fide
caveman in
yapper.
ice to melt because they'll ruin it. Then you get quite attached to your museum, and all of the hours you've spent noodling around laying things out.
Noodling.
And so. What we do is we keep giving you reasons to come back to each museum, which is great because I think you do really feel like it's become your own thing.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming. And everybody who
are we done? Hey, hit the like button. I think they done.
Actually, either at the
hit the like
Xbox
button. I think they done.
Or at the Sega.
I think they done
in
yapping.
the same hall, Hall 7. I love that we're neighbors. But then, last but not least,
42 minutes.
You can wish list it.
We've seen what, 3 games?
Well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah,
now
like,
to the
damn.
newest chapter in the
It's about how it was
Strange
yesterday.
Saga and the
Except it just felt
supernatural
like
mystery it revolves around.
It just
Check
felt
out
like
what you
Diablo
can
ran
expect
too
from
long.
Max Caulfield and the gang
Like which it
in this
did.
new
Diablo
gameplay
ran way
walkthrough.
too long. Way too damn long.
Max Caulfield, the girl who could rewind time, is back.
Let's thrash.
Oh, I think I remember what
But
this is.
when one of her new friends, Safi Llewellyn Fayyad,
Was
is
this the
murdered in
Life
the
is
grounds
Strange
of
stuff?
Caledon University, Max
I know some
finds
people
that
are
her
very excited for
chaotic
this.
power
I'm
has
not.
changed.
It never was my
now,
forte.
Max must shift back and forth to reveal the truth
But I know
of
why.
her
I know
friend's murder
the
in an attempt to
story
save Safi
and stuff like that
before
was, I
it's
guess,
too
very
late.
good, and people really enjoy it.
Once Max's
So I'm not
new
gonna
power
crap on it too much.
manifests, She can send a pulse
but
out from her
it just ain't my
fingertips
thing.
at any time. While Pulse is active, she can peer through to the other world, seeing the differences between the timelines clearly. People and objects in the other timeline appear as dimensional echoes,
I was in
allowing
that. I
Max
thought I
to
heard
avoid
of it.
watchful eyes when shifting.
Good thing I
Yeah,
can
okay,
keep an eye on Alderman from here. Wouldn't want to show up.
It's
right in
rewind
front of
time.
him.
What the hell?
While
Oh,
Pulse
man.
shimmers around her, she can also
They gonna
see
have me,
places where the veil between the
We're
two
doing it now if I
timelines
ever get
is
another
at
rewind
its
time in
thinnest.
Dokkan.
These shift
Should've-
points are where she can
should've
push
brought that
through
back
to the
up.
opposite timeline to
Now
help
it's gonna
her
happen.
investigation in a multitude of ways.
Now it's gonna happen.
You need me to hold something or
Actually, yeah. I need an Allen wrench.
got one around here?
No, I borrowed one from Carla, but I think she took it back. If you can go grab that from her, I'll owe you.
This could be to solve a puzzle, convince a character to reveal a secret, or retrieve an object lost in one timeline by borrowing it from another.
Better give
What?
this wrench to Moses.
Shift
Man, I'll
points
go
work
borrow me
in
some
both
damn money.
directions, so you can shift back and forth from the same spot.
The
So I
hell?
found this guy named Alan, but
She
he
could just
didn't
make
know
things
anything about a
appear
wrench.
out?
No, Max, not literally.
I'm not
Alan,
about.
it's
I'm not care about none of y'all damn story. Y'all figure that shit out
lifesaver,
yourself. I'm
Max.
about to go
Dad joke aside.
vacation.
I'll never apologize for my dad jokes.
If you're worried
About to go
losing track of
vacation,
which
bro. She
timeline
can
you're
make
in,
things.
Well, Max herself may get confused too.
Please.
Have you
Be at the
talked
bank,
to Reggie
baby.
since yesterday?
Be at the bank.
Reggie?
Crap. Wrong Loretta, Max.
In the options, you can toggle a UI indicator every time you shift, confirming the reality you've just arrived in, as well as there being visual cues such as
Can't
cheery
really just go in and out of
Christmas
any
decor
reality
in the
that she
timeline
wants?
where Safi is alive. Most importantly to Max's investigation, Everyone you meet has an increasingly divergent duplicate in the other timeline. Depending on which timeline you're in, they'll react to Max and her probing questions very differently. A grief-sodden conversation in one timeline may unlock an unexpected heart-to-heart in the other.
Grief is hard. The trick is not to let it change your character.
Everyone at Caledon is hiding something, and Max is the only one with a viewpoint unique enough to unravel those secrets.
AKA, she the only one nosy enough to find out
truth at all costs.
everything. Man, everybody in that damn friend group got somebody like that. They want to know everything all the time. They be getting upset when they don't know everything. There's always somebody.
I don't know how
always somebody, and she's that one.
Be okay with that.
Max has
She's that one that everybody in the friend group start talking about. They be like,
so much danger.
"Why are we
The
friends
fate
with
of
her?"
Friends and of two
Why?
timelines are at Max's
All she do is
fingertips.
come in here and boss us around and try to get into all our personal feelings. Like, man, that's stuff I don't want nobody to know. And she probing all the time. And she found out last week. I don't even know how. I didn't even tell her. Like, bro, that's too much. Man, if you don't get that old ass out of here, hell nah. That swing was at least 30 frames. We're getting packed up. Boy, just got packed up. No, we done seen too much of you. Look, you still in slow-mo. Oh. Hell. Everybody, she took off first. She was, no, that character in slow-mo, bro. That character in slow-mo at this point in time. Hell no. Look, she still ain't even in. She just showed up. She just showed up and got the nerve to have lightning like you gonna be fast. Oh, she's still. How you start off a run animation like
World of Warcraft has had
like, bro,
a massive
ain't
impact on the gaming world, as well as
L right off the
since it
bat.
launched nearly
L.
2 decades ago.
L.
And here to give us a glimpse
Nothing
into
but
their
an
plans
L.
for the latest expansion,
Nothing.
The War Within, the 3-part
No more, no
Warcraft
less.
saga, and the next 20
Just an
years
L.
of World of Warcraft. We have 2
Get it off
excellent
my
humans
screen,
and
bro. I ain't
faithful
nobody trying to hear this.
Sorry, Horde.
Ain't nobody trying to hear
From the
none of
team
this
at
bull that
Please,
you about to
Ian
say.
and Tina, introduce yourselves.
No.
Hi, I am Tina Wong, Associate Art Director on The War Within. Super excited to be here and getting to chat with the Xbox community.
30 frames, bro.
Game director
Had
on
enough
World
time to
Warcraft.
get up, stretch,
Really
and crack
happy
my
to be here
knuckles
in Cologne
and
at
pick up the
Gamescom.
controller and
Excited to
sit
be
back
part of the
down
Microsoft
before she
family.
got done
Even though we're just a
swinging.
humble PC game, we've been welcomed into the Xbox fold, and it's wonderful.
No, I'm so
No, I don't want
excited for you guys to be here,
don't need it.
especially as today is
You can give that to
such
PlayStation.
a huge day for World of Warcraft. Can you tell us what's
Xbox,
going
you
on?
listening, you can go ahead and pack this one up in a
thing or
deal
two
with
brewing. I
PlayStation.
think in something
We don't need
like
it.
8 hours and 10 minutes, but who's counting? We're going to be launching early access.
Nobody was counting but you.
Followed a few days later by the global
And I
release.
damn sure know that girl that swung that damn sword wasn't counting. Because if she was, you wouldn't have even showed up
We've
yet.
got one of the coolest experiences I think I've ever had at any gaming booth. It is the escape from Dalaran, and as like a big WoW fan,
But
it
I'm
was
serious,
incredible.
though.
You had to go.
Yeah, it's like, so this is a 4-minute VR experience. You're like, strapped in to this motorized
Oh, bro, I
device. You
thought
have air
bro
jets
was
blowing in your
creepy as
face
hell
to
for a second.
simulate
I thought he
air
just
rushing by
was
you.
just walking up on people and literally putting headphones over their ears. I was like, y'all in an Xbox T-shirt? Y'all just letting that happen?
That very much mirrors what players are going to
experience on the floor like, get this nigga in here.
Yeah, and
what is he playing?
This is the start of a brand new era for World of Warcraft.
Bro, I was about to crash out.
Features and what we can expect.
Golly, I was about to crash out.
Yeah, so the War Within is our 10th expansion, and I mean, I'm biased, but it's going to be a banger. It's the beginning of the World Soul Saga, which is the greatest story we've ever tried to tell.
With no staff?
The story's so big that we needed to make 3 expansions
that's
to tell it
crazy.
fully. And so the way this kicks off, champions and
That's
heroes
crazy.
around the world have been seeing these
Damn.
troubling visions, hearing things that
that's
sound
crazy.
like the world herself crying out for aid, crying out in pain. And as they investigate the
World of
source of
Warcraft,
this phenomenon,
the
that
employees
journey
looking at
leads
this
them
like,
towards
bro,
a
we ain't never
land that is
sponsored,
known as Kazalgar, a mysterious island off the coast of Kalimdor, where they may come under a surprise attack and
bro,
begin
we
to
ain't
see
never
the
giving
face
him
of
no
their foe.
sponsorship, bro.
And that is one Xalatath. And so it starts out as a mystery, and that mystery will lead players into
Ain't
the
nothing but a
underground
mystery.
of Azeroth,
Nothing.
towards
Nothing
the
is a
heart of the
mystery
world
in this
itself,
game.
into
Stop
just
it.
fantastical environments.
Stop.
and
Matter of
it's
fact,
just
yes,
gonna
there
be
is.
an
There is
incredible
something that's a
adventure.
mystery in the same. But why the hell she running and swinging so damn slow? Why she stuck in slow mo?
Yeah, I mean, Ian mentioned the zones. One of the
That's what I want to know. Why is everybody else in real time and she stuck in slow mo? Does she got to roll dice?
These zones.
Does she always roll low dice or something?
And unique that we've ever created for World of Warcraft. For instance, delving underground, that's a unique challenge. And so while we have zones that meet player expectations, we're
Welcome to the
ringing deeps,
Xbox
where we
team.
have
They put a VR.
ancient forges and lava and these beautiful caverns. We also have an incredible zone called Hallowfall, where we have this crystalline ceiling and the crystal that shifts from light to dark. And then our deepest zone, Ajkahed, this is where you will find Queen Ansarek herself.
Man,
in
pack it
partnership
up.
with Xalatath. And
Shit, pack it up.
Empire.
Yeah, no,
Come
also,
on.
There's of course, one of the big things with World of Warcraft as well.
No,
dungeons. Can you tell us about a few of the new dungeons that we're going to have?
I was gonna say
in
who's
the
playing
War
World of Warcraft, but I know there's a lot of
so
damn people
one
probably
of the,
somewhere still playing.
fun ones as part that you get to experience as part of the story is
Somewhere.
this one that's the rookery that you find on the Isle of Dorn, and so you get to
Pack
experience
it
part
up.
of the culture of Kazalgar and seeing these riders, these storm riders. So that one is super fun. And then in Hallowfall, another favorite would be one where you're actually on an airship. So you get to fly around, there's epic battles, and you see that glowing crystal just in the backdrop.
Is that crystal? Oh, so I was going
to say, when we were setting out to build these underground environments, one of the challenges was making sure that
Pack
it
it
didn't
up.
feel claustrophobic, didn't feel oppressive. And the zone of Hallowfall, it is
Pack
so
it
vast
up.
an underground space that the inhabitants need airships to traverse it. And so it's when you're
Bruh.
down there, it's like you're in this underground world unto
This
itself.
better not be Diablo. This better not be what y'all talk for 30 minutes about.
Was that the crystal
Pack this shit
changes,
up,
doesn't it,
man.
to impact the gameplay.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited for. What other features do you have coming with the expansion as well?
Oh, so one of the things that we've built is Delves, which is a new feature.
What's
for
going
the
on in the back?
expansion. And
What was on that big
is
screen?
a
It looked like Call of
priority
Duty.
to us For Delves is that
What was
it
that?
really caters to
Was that Call of Duty in the back?
Our audience that historically has been a little underserved.
Can y'all talk about
by
Call
the
of Duty?
Game progression loop that we have for those who
It
maybe raid
actually,
or
you know what? It
class.
actually looks
So
good
these
this
ones,
year. Call of Duty
outdoor
actually
role
looks
players,
good
as we
this
call
year.
it. We want them to
And
feel
you
like you're
wasting all this
adventuring
time
through the
talking
world
about
and you come
World
across
of
just this,
Warcraft that nobody
mysterious
gives no
location, whether you're
goddams
diving
about.
into a sinkhole or,
And you could be
seeing
using
some
this
tracks
time
lead into,
to just
Dark
talk
Cave. We want you to be able to
about Call of
encounter
Duty.
these and still increase the difficulty level as you play so that you can progress your item level. week to week.
Exactly. Black Ops 6 was in the back just teasing us.
Experiences.
Just
There are
teasing us in the
13
back.
locations around the zones of the War Within, and
But
they're really
no.
meant to be a new alternative
No,
to
World of
dungeons, raids,
Warcraft.
and PvP as
World
like a
of
new pillar of
Warcraft.
end-game progression. Whereas before, as Tina mentioned, if you're someone
World of
who's mostly a solo
Warcraft.
player, you have maybe one or two friends, you don't do
'Cause
the
you know,
larger group content.
World
you could enjoy the
of
story, you could
Warcraft.
quest, but at some point your journey would unfortunately feel like it came to a stopping point. And we want to make sure that
Bro, if it was
all
like 10
playstyles
years ago and I
feel
didn't have no
welcome, feel like
patience
they have
anymore, I probably
progression.
would have crashed
And
out
that's
by
something,
now.
as we think about the features,
Not
that
gonna
we're
lie. I don't think I
offering
could have
in our
done. I don't
new
think I could have done
expansion,
with
a
all
lot of
this
it is
yapping.
about playing the game the way you want to play.
I still
it, having
can't.
that flexibility.
Are you being forced to
caters
yap?
to your play style? So couple of other
Do you get
features
paid by
are
the yap? Because you look
warbands,
like you ain't
which
sleep
for once
at all.
the progression on most
and he
of the
wants to sleep
facets
so
among
bad,
your
but
alts.
they like,
So
you
instead of
want to
having
get
every
paid, you
character
better go up there
needing
and
to earn
yap.
reputation separately or their
We
own
booked 20
currency,
minutes of
your-
yapping.
all
You
the
better give him
characters in
20
your
minutes of
accounts are now
yapping.
part of a warband. So the first thing you see when you log into World of Warcraft, the War Within, is going to be not just one character standing there stiffly, but multiple characters huddled around a campfire representing your band of adventurers that you're taking into
Multiple people standing there
All
stiffly.
your characters ranked up and leveled up.
Because, you know, one's going to be standing in
amazing.
slow-mo, and the other one's
them
just
all
going to be
hanging
standing
out.
around
I have to make sure I do all the
stiffly.
transmogs like all correctly and just make sure they all look great.
Exactly. And then we've already seen people like taking screenshots and sharing them of like, this is your lineup. And then, yeah, like, I mean, we've reimagined the way flying and traversal work in World of Warcraft. It's a like dynamic physics-based system called skywriting.
If
It's
this
more
game
than, like,
wins
double
Game of
the
the
speed
Year,
what flying
I'll
used to
probably
be
quit
back in
gaming
the day.
for a good
And so,
little
like,
bit.
just getting from point A to point B should feel exciting. It should feel like an adventure, and that's what we're trying to offer.
I
always
would
used to love
quit
that. I still
gaming for
remember
a
the
good little
first
bit
time
if it's
Burning
one.
Crusade where I got my flying mount for the first time,
Game of the Year.
and I had like 60% move speed, and I was like, I'll get there eventually. Just give me some time.
Yeah, these are more like 600%.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's gonna be way faster. Just do some tricks.
She ain't
and
running
do
at
some-
600%.
Yeah, that's amazing. One of the other big
So what
things
they got to
with
do with
World of
nothing.
Warcraft is there was a perception
Exactly.
for like older players and
Absolutely
like players that
nothing.
people have
Foul
never
language.
played
What'd you say,
before.
foul?
The War Within, you've kind of aimed to change that. Can you tell us a little bit more? What can players expect when they log in for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's features like
Right
what
now,
we've
they
just
are
been talking
throwing in the
about.
bag,
It is,
just showing the World
you know,
of
making
Warcraft
sure
like
that
everybody
there
cares
is
about
a
World of
deep
Warcraft. Bro, when
solo
they
experience,
announced
if
it,
that's what you want, if you
no
only
one
have a little
cared.
bit of time to spare, those delves take 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, if you want to, you know, if you have hours on a weekend, there's an entire world to explore. We have hardcore raids to challenge, you know, the boldest of adventurers and their friends as they coordinate to overcome these challenges. But I think, you know, World of Warcraft is a game that can be played in so many different ways today to suit your preferred content, play style, available
World of
time,
Warcraft,
and that's something that we really
the
want
much
to just
needed.
keep doubling down on.
Because goodness gracious,
a lot
man,
of people,
this
when they
is
think about
too
World
much
of
yapping.
Warcraft, they think, oh, it's like too big, there's too much stuff to do, but really it's like, it's a world and that everyone can play the way that is fulfilling to them.
Yeah, and there's also opportunities just to hop straight into the new content as well. It's one of the things I've always liked. Like our whole Xbox One team, when Classic came back out, we all hopped back in for one of those reasons.
Exactly, and I think as any WoW player knows, you know, a new expansion is the perfect time to come back to WoW. I think the War Within in particular, because of the fact that, you know, it's kicking off this brand new story arc, we've also revamped the new player experience, the level up experience from 10 to 70 that gets you to the War Within to be our latest expansion, Dragonflight.
Yeah.
So if you're coming back or you're coming in for the first time, you are playing the latest, newest content WoW has to offer, learning the ropes, and joining the rest of the world in the War Within.
No, I'm really excited. And also, World of Warcraft, I can't believe I'm saying this, is coming up to its 20th anniversary. What does that feel like being a part of the WoW team and for all the players?
It is, I mean, it is humbling, truly. I've been playing the game for all 20 of those years. I've been on the development team for 16 years now. Like the large majority of my adult life has really been shaped and formed by this game, and it's an honor. And I think, you know, I'm so excited to celebrate that 20th anniversary coming up, but also kick off many, many years to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also a long-time veteran in the game, playing since the beginning, playing since Warcraft 3, and been on the team like 14 years now, and there are so many of these stories on the World of Warcraft team, and you can see that in what we put out there, just people putting like their passion and their history with the game into everything that we make.
No, it's amazing. Like, I personally love it. I can still remember growing up playing from the Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, and it's so exciting to hit that 20-year mark. But for players that are looking to get involved in World of Warcraft for the first time and become part of the community, what can they do right now?
Yeah, I mean, so, you know,
Bro,
we're
it's like
talking
all
about
the
an
big games
expansion,
so
but the
far,
basic World of
besides
Warcraft experience,
Star
you
Wars,
can
because
play
that
for
one,
free
again, they
in
got
our
to give
starter
out
edition. You can level up to
some
20. You can
markings for that one, because it's coming out next week.
And
Everything
just
else
go
is
to
kind of like,
worldofwarcraft.com, download Battle.net, install it, jump in and check it
like,
out.
bro,
No,
can we see some more of this
really
other
recommend it.
stuff
It's one of my
that you were
favorite
talking
games
about?
of all time, and it's no surprise
You know, this
it's
other
coming up to the
good
20-year
stuff that you were talking
anniversary.
about? Can we see
Do
that?
you have any final thoughts that you'd like to
Final,
share with the fans?
yes. Get the fuck up and leave.
It's just such an exciting
That's my
moment,
final.
really.
Just
you know,
get
I
up
think
and leave.
Coming up on 20 years, but also
No cuts, no
beginning
nothing.
this
Just
next
get up and
step
leave and bring
in
the
our-
other
in our
yappers
journey.
in.
The team has been working on
Because
War Within
apparently
for
we
years.
just go get
We
yappers
have
of two.
So many years of content ahead that we have
Just
mapped
two
out, that we
professional
have planned
yappers in
out.
the
It's gonna be
company
this incredible journey
of the game, or
narratively
just
creatively,
gonna come
in terms
up
of the world we're
and
building,
yap.
in terms of the features.
Yap,
We're
yap,
excited to
yap,
welcome
yap,
everyone
yap.
in to
It'd
begin
be like
with
if I
us
just sat
and
here.
buckle up, because it's
Actually, you
gonna
know
be a
what?
heck
It'd
of a
be
ride.
Yeah, no,
it'd be more entertaining if I just came on stream in full screen and just came here and sat down and just said yap about a million times.
Safe answer.
At that
safe
point.
Answer.
That is the same. What about you two, though?
My mood
Just
is more often.
I'm gonna say yap for a million times.
It's shifted over time. Currently, I'm
1 million
See, that's what I like.
would be
Always
more
the alliance.
entertaining
I've been
than
alive
seeing
since
these
day
two
one,
talk
right?
about
And
World of
I will
Warcraft.
stick to that with the
I
War
would
Within.
watch.
But honestly, thank you so much for joining us.
I would-
really
I would have
appreciate
a
you
party
taking us through the War Within. But
for that.
Here, also, there's a pro tip to avoid your own War Within. Please check out World of Warcraft, the War Within expansion, when it launches August 26th. Also, coming up, we'll give you a tour of the Xbox booth right here at Gamescom. Check out what studios have in store for fans here. And also, we celebrate a decade of Elder Scrolls Online with a look at the latest chapter, Gold Road. We also unveil the real name of Project Birdseye. But first, it's time for a cinematic horror experience. This is the casting of Frank Stone.
An actual reveal
This is like super
of a game trailer?
right?
Word?
Everything's
It might have been the most exciting thing he
about
said.
what happened, but there's one thing that always just stuck in my mind.
Oh, I know this. This is those one games. I can't remember what they're called, but I know what these are. I know what this is.
Came face to face with Frank Stone.
I think you're starting to see.
It's like the first one was like the Wendigo stuff,
Your call, Chris.
and then it was the ship, I think.
Drugstore. I don't want to risk missing our chance.
Sure. Curiosity Shop does look pretty cool.
We can check it out after. Fair enough. I don't know what
Oh,
I
creepy
expected,
ass
but it
over just
wasn't this.
across the damn
After
street
14
staring,
years
bro.
of pain, where would you choose to live with now?
You're not okay, are you? I'm sleepwalking through a nightmare and I just can't seem to wake up.
There's no reward for me when I've done what I've got to do.
Is that the Grim Reaper? Is that a scythe?
This is insane.
I can't.
First of all, putting your hands on somebody's mouth from the back like that is wise.
Something.
That's wild.
What is that?
Like, you just gonna touch my face immediately? Especially my lips? That's wild. Like, I don't know where your hands been. I don't know, especially if we've been in a place like this. You just come in and put your hands on my lip. I don't know what you had to touch to get here.
Our home for
I know you ain't got no damn hand sanitizer. Why the hell you gonna if the monster don't kill me, the germs will.
Blizzard and Activision
Damn.
under one roof.
We have so much to see, so I think we should just split up.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Over here at the Age of Mythology Retold section, you can get your photo taken with some certified gods and goddesses. But over here's something even cooler, because
Yo,
we've
what's good?
actually got some game stations set up.
Right? The
where you
damn
can
dirty
play
hands off
test
me
the
like
game
that.
Right here at Gamescom.
Dirty, crusty ass, musty ass
Behind these
motherfucking
walls,
hands.
fans are experiencing,
Oh,
I think,
sweaty
the
ass
most
hands.
anticipated expansion
Them damn
of
hands are
this
swollen.
year, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred. I can't wait to dive into the Dark Citadel and slay swarms of enemies if I manage to do so. I think only time can tell.
It is
and
game. It's the
speaking
game
of time,
choice of the horror ones. They
time to
actually do
check out
pretty well.
Diablo Immortal, 'cause we
Like
just can't get enough of
they
it around
actually
here.
those
At the Diablo
those games
Immortal
actually
section,
do
you'll be able
very
to play
well
the game itself on the little setups here.
because they
We'll
are
also set
pretty.
a
They're done
leaderboard
pretty well
time
with all
where
the
we potentially
choices
win
and
an
stuff like that.
incredible
They are
Norris
done
century,
pretty
which
well.
looks unbelievable. But hey, what's that over there?
The Doomslayer has already graced many an Insta story as he lords over the booth of Doom: The Dark Ages.
I ain't gonna lie, that'd be a
Fans will
dope
also
ass
celebrate 10 years of the Elder Scrolls Online by checking
statue
out
to
the latest
have.
chapter,
Real
Gold
talk.
Road, as
I
well
wonder
as
what the hell they
catching
do
a
with some of
rare
this,
glimpse of an Elder
some of these
Scrolls
props.
replica. It's only one of two in the world.
Like I know
If
some
you're
of them
feeling
they keep
brave
them
enough, you can even grab a
and they
photo
put them in
with
their
yourself.
World of
like
Warcraft,
studios
the war
and
within
stuff,
takes on new meaning
but
when you strap yourself into
it'd
one
be
of
dope
these
to try to like have that
ultra-immersive
one or
devices.
something like that.
Let me tell you, it's my third ride in a row, and I'm really, really baffled by this
Did she
experience.
say Diablo?
So
I
make
didn't
sure
hear her
to
say.
check this out and
My brain
check
must have
out
literally
the
took
special.
Diablo out of the equation if she
And of
said
course,
Diablo.
It just wouldn't be Gamescom without the Xbox Game Pass and PC Game Pass experience, where here our attendees can actually win themselves some prizes by slapping that big green button, which I think I'm going to have a go on while you guys enjoy the rest of the show. Come on.
Mans didn't win a damn thing? Man, I'd like to have some of that stuff. Like from some games, not all of them. Some of the games. Retracted message? What'd you say? What'd you say? Thought about cut my hand for a second. That's so sharp. Why did I notice that so sharp? About became a bleeder. Oh, that's lag. Good Lord. Some lag, my God. All right, so far, Star Wars was promising. Just the gameplay of that. Everything else has just been like mediocre. Like very mediocre. Kind of tough. Kind of tough, not gonna lie. What does Xbox keep talking about? Gamescom trailers. Overthrown? Like, what in the hell?
This year, The Elder Scrolls Online celebrates 10 years. I should have brought some sweet rolls, but here to give us the latest from the franchise, please welcome The Elder Scrolls President Matt Firewall
some sweet rolls.
Creative Director Rich Lambert himself. Hey, dudes. How you doing?
Great.
Great.
Yeah. Great to be here. It's great to be here in the Xbox booth here at Gamescom.
I mean, you guys are no strangers to Gamescom in general, so you're aware of the behemoth scale of everything, but I mean, this is something else for the Xbox booth. It's great to have like a whole team together for it, which is awesome. And you guys are on the booth as well, which we'll talk about in just a little bit. But what I want to get into is the fact that it is 10 years. That's really special for a game to go for that long. And you guys thought, well, let's make a big deal out of it. Let's celebrate. So how are we doing that?
You hear how they're yapping?
Yeah, well, you know,
a lot
been,
about 10 years of a game
launched, but it's
and
been,
how
like
much of an
18
accomplishment
years
it
since we
actually
founded
is.
the studio. So we've been working on this game a long time.
Forever, yeah.
And Rich
Now,
and I were both here in the very beginning.
why are you saying that?
But yeah,
why
we're
ain't
celebrating,
nobody in the industry
obviously, we're here at
glazed
Gamescom.
Dokkan
We've done
for
some,
almost being
some
10
great
years?
community events outside the game. We had a huge one in Amsterdam.
Coming up on a worldwide celebration.
Oh, yes. Well over 1,000
Why ain't
people
band
just
not
a couple
paid
weeks
for no
ago.
promotions
We had another big one in
whatsoever at all
Germany.
Yeah, the tavern.
during
The
all
tavern,
of this
also
shit?
huge with live music and just a
Like
huge
a wasted opportunity.
And then, we've done
Hey,
other
Dragon
stuff,
Ball
too.
Z fans.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Like,
countless, right?
I know
We've
y'all
got
love
new
Spark and
things
Zero is
planned
going to be
in the
coming out,
future.
but hey,
You know,
there's
we'll
another
be
new,
at,
there's another game here that's been almost
and
10
then
years.
Also,
Going
we've
into
got
a
an Australia
massive
event coming up too,
celebration.
Yeah, and inside the game, you know, we've had just back-to-back
That's wild.
events, just celebrating 10 years. So we're giving lots of free stuff away to players in the game, and it's all a lot themed around different chapters that we've had over the years and different characters and everything. So it's just we're really trying to do, you know, pull out all the stops and have a great inside the game experience, but then also bring it out to the fans out in the real world.
Well, let's talk about that outside of the game perspective, because you do have.
You know what I want?
Substantial little segment over
I want
why did it feel right
Dokkan.
to make sure that you guys were here at Gamescom?
I want Dokkan to send me a treasure chest full of Dragon Stones for the 10th year anniversary. I just want y'all to send me a treasure chest full of Dragon Stones.
I think 2013 before launch was our.
I think that'd be
first
fucking
year here
dope.
At Gamescom, and we've had community events
It
here.
ain't gotta be
longer
super
than we've had
huge,
community events
but
in America.
you know, good size collector's
Seriously,
little
so
thing. Put it up.
Germany
That'd be dope.
And Europe
Mark
as
the
a
10th
whole
anniversary.
is a very,
That'd be
very
wild.
important, you know, in our hearts. And,
That would be
and
insane.
to the success of the game, and we like to come out and thank them in game. But yeah, we got a huge presence in the booth.
it's unbelievable. Like, there's people lined up all around. You know, we've got some cosplayers here. It's just this really amazing feel and vibe. And then, of course, we get to meet the players, hang out with them. You know, some players, Matt said, you know, we've been here at the tavern since 2013, and I remember, you know, it started really small and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and there's people that come every year that we get to see and just see how they're doing.
And it just feels great to see people being.
Why does it feel like they're not going to yap that much about this one?
Well, and it's a huge part of their life.
And it's good, but
some of their best friends that, you know,
it feels like that guy right there is like done talking. Like he's like, hey, I said what I needed to say. I'm good. I don't need to come up here and yap for 30.
It's a really nice way to connect and meet genuine friends here.
Yeah, and it's important here that we've been talking about this for a few minutes now, and we're talking about the community, because the community is the game in many ways for a game to last for 10 years at this level of success, right?
You hear that?
More about the people
that's
that play the
W
game
talk.
at this point.
Not going to lie, even though we don't want to hear him yap that much, but that's W talk. From actually company men.
Like hands-on and things,
the community is the game.
Players like to come here.
The community is the game, not the game is the game.
Their best friends are in the game sometimes.
You can learn a little bit, Dokkan. You can learn a little bit.
Right? Like, that's the thing, right? Like, so it's really cool.
So 10 years, you've not just been like sitting around letting people enjoy the game.
150 Dragon's Stone compensation for this torture.
Updates. You've had a new chapter released this same year as well.
I couldn't imagine. Gamescom was terrible, Dokkan. 150 Dragon's Stone compensation. They write your ass back so fast. What the fuck is you talking about? Omatu ain't even brushed his hair. He probably rubbed his hair on purpose. Sent you a video. The fuck is you talking about?
She looks different, she acts different than everybody else, and then it's a bit of a nostalgia trip through the West Weald, which was also in Oblivion, Test for Oblivion. So yeah, it's been really cool to be able to do that, and then add new systems as well. We added the scribing system, which allows players to essentially build their own abilities. And really kind of mix and match, you know, those abilities with their builds. And
boy, ain't nothing come out of that light, and that's that.
And whatnot to really match their role play.
Boy, he was at a mana magic.
It's not just about being able to get the DPS meter up. It's so.
Boy, he was out of blue shit.
Yeah, you know,
wasn't
he? Like I joke with Rich a lot. You know, we're talking about scribing, but
boy, he needed a potion.
Game,
bad.
You know, Infinite Archives.
He was shaking that damn stuff.
So many different.
It was like,
things
please let some lightning, some fire, some water.
Years ago,
man,
I think 3 or 4 years ago,
I'll take an ice shard at this point. Please let some of it come out.
It's much more than a game at this point.
That's
you can
wild.
Walk in and play a card game. Now you can decorate your house and share it with others, and you know, antiquity system and PvP, and right. So there's just so much to do in this game that you can really play all week and do different things every day.
You guys were Metaverse before we even were thinking about Metaverse. I mean, you had them beat. Speaking of housing, you do have a current update available for PC players with the update 43. Console players are going to be able to get hands-on with that pretty soon. But give us a brief overview of what they can expect.
Not like just from them.
So
just
the big new
collective.
system is home tours, right? It allows players to share their creations with other players, and our housing system.
I'd like to see some good stuff though.
Incredible. It's super deep. It is free form,
oh,
so there's not
there's
no hook points. There's nothing along those
shake
lines.
up, gift
Whatever
sub,
players
shit.
can dream up.
You already know what to do. Give the woman ass.
Put chairs on the ceilings. They
straight
can
up
cobble
in
together a bunch
chat
of things
right now. I mean,
and they do, and they make these really cool creations. And
I don't know if you said anything in a little bit, but you gotta say thank you. You took that. You took it. You gotta say thank you.
View these homes and like them, and like it's really going to open the doors for.
I'll pay her.
Yeah. So to speak.
Not really.
But
that's good. I didn't think about that.
The people watching the stream right now, I think, are seeing some housing in-game. Yeah. And I just want to reiterate, everything they're seeing is in-game in our housing system. Like, it could be created by the players.
Yep.
And in fact, some of the ones they're going to get to soon are actually created by players themselves. And it's unbelievable what they can do with the tools we've given them.
Well, it's a good thing you never asked me, because mine just always looks like some midlife crisis bachelor's pad.
I'm not very good with it.
There's like monster trophies on the wall, like one chair in the middle of it. It looks really sad, but with this update, I think I'm going to have to try and up my housing chops and make something look good.
Just going through and exploring and seeing what other players are doing is just so inspiring.
Not popped up yet?
It's amazing.
It's not just the only thing that's getting updated, though, because we mentioned the roguelike part of it as well, Infinite Archives. That's also having a few new flourishes added to it as well, right?
Yeah,
pay
so
attention to
we've
those more.
added
That's
a bunch of
pretty
new
big.
bosses
I didn't even know that.
There, some new monster types. We've added in
Bro, is
two
that
new
not
arena
popping
types. So
up?
there's a fire and ice arena in there. We've added new verses and visions.
Chat, did the gifts up
which are the
pop up?
buffs that players earn while they're kind of progressing
Or no?
through. And then, of course, there's tons of new loot, new class sets, and whatnot.
Because I'm
community being at the heart of your game. We know that they can also be vocal too, which is a good thing because that's passionate. I like it, and that's the way that we can make great games even greater. So there must be some improvements on the way, some feedback you've had lately that you're looking to include in the game pretty soon.
Yeah,
I mean,
ship
Rimmer
updates to
with the
ESO
super chat
every
donation.
12
Y'all know what
weeks,
to do.
and we've been
Get
doing
the
that since 2015. So
straight up, women's chant back there.
Every one of those has had a fix,
like, look, it's not
a
popping
bug
up.
fix or balance tweaks or some kind of quality of life fix
chat.
based on feedback we've gotten from the community. And you know, we can't get to everything quite as fast as the community would like us to. I am sure, but you know, we were responsive, and we would not be here right now if we didn't take the feedback the community gave us and acted on it. And so things like home tours, right? There's a huge segment of ESO now of the player base, which really does primarily housing. You know, so we gotten some feedback from the other players in the game, like, why are you doing a housing feature?
I see people say housing is end game. Like that is the end goal.
It's fashion and housing, right? Like that's what you hear a lot. And you know, to Matt's point, sometimes they're not big things. Sometimes
there
they're
we go.
small
I've got
things.
quite a
Like
monster
one
on
of
my
the,
hand.
I think is a big thing that's
No, look,
coming
that
in
one popped
is
up.
Probably one of the
Oh, I
smallest
guess 'cause I
things. And
refreshed it
we
already.
now remember the last guild you posted in for the guild stores. So now you can be in 5 guilds in ESO. And what oftentimes would happen is
fire
it
her,
reset
bro.
back to like that first
I might have to fire
guild
her.
that you joined. So you're posting stuff
I
in
might
the
have
guild
to.
store in the wrong guild, and right, so that's just a pain point.
Okay,
And
so
we
now,
were
okay, so
finally
I'll
able to get
refresh
around
it. They're
fixing
popping
that.
off now. All right, good,
I
good.
do want to make sure that
Gift
I give
Queen
you guys a shout out
again
for
with
possibly
another
one of the most
gift sub.
memorable
You already know
trailers
to
from
give them on the
Showcase
hashtag.
because your 10-year one was
Straight up in
absolutely
chat.
incredible.
Right now.
Oh, that was so good.
All
Like,
members
we
Granny
were
he
all
got
watching
me.
it, doing a little
Fierce
mini
and
watch
Weeks
party
in the
Xbox
chat.
studio,
Mercy the
and we were like,
emojis.
this is great
Appreciate you,
stuff.
Rimmer, for giving the gift
And I
subs.
think
Appreciate that
over
a
the
lot.
years, you know,
Thank you.
this
Like I
is
said,
an
Waldy's
overscroll
gonna say
game,
thank
right? A lot
you.
of the videos
You
we've
know
done
better.
a lot about combat and
better say it.
fighting giant, you know, monsters
That was just
and huge,
some bull crap. It didn't.
demon-daedric princes, right? But
They
that
do it at
video, the We Belong video.
Hey, yo,
is
you
more
still
about the heart
yapping?
of the game, and that's from what the players experience. That's much more what the game is to them than just going on quests. Because of course we have that, but you're doing it with friends, right? You're doing it with people that you meet in the game, and you're starting out. You can't do much, and then you get really powerful, right? That's the heart of the game, right there in that video.
Amazing. Well, when update 43 drops on console, I'll make sure to
Okay, we
spruce
done.
up my home. Maybe
I
you
think
can
they done
explore it, see
yapping.
what
I think
you
they done
think.
yapping.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy the rest of
Great,
Gamescom. The Elder
was
Scrolls
wild,
Online Update 43 is launching September 4th, 2024, so pretty soon. For details on that update, the 10th
September
anniversary
24th,
plans
bro. It's
and
still
more,
almost a
make
whole
sure that you
month
do tune
away.
into the ESO Gamescom live stream.
Oh, damn,
which
pretty
is
soon.
Kicking off in just over an hour at 6 p.m. CEST, 12 p.m. EDT at twitch.tv/Bethesda. Now for a refreshing change of pace for the hero shooter genre. That pace is fast, by the way. Here now, enjoy the wildly colourful and furious world of FragPunk.
What the hell is that?
Yo, hate rules? FragPunk.
Oh, no. That's the one with the card thing. I think I remember seeing this. What was this? This was in, was this Xboxes? A showcase, I think. I don't think I heard anything about this since then. I'm sorry, did they just wanted your ass?
They even interact with each other. So you can blast people up even more. Or find foes when they try to be sneaky. Crush them with massive force. But remember, they've got tricks of their own. If you're down on luck, then you better have a good team with you.
Okay, looks like time to kill is pretty quick.
And if a game is ever too close to call, then be ready to duke it out one-on-one till the last one stands.
Interesting.
Bend the rules in FragPunk.
Eh? Not too terrible, you know. Not too terrible. Mm. Promo. After the yap session. Well, yap session. They all been yap sessions, really. It's been an hour and 20 minutes of yap.
Good luck, mate. You're gonna need it. There's one escape pod left, but you're not the only geezer bolting after it. There's a lot of wankers between you and the sweet taste of freedom. Just a bunch of psychos gunning for the same prize. A lot like me. Better luck next time, mate. You might make it farther than the last pig I murked. Even took down some big boys along the way. But the last guard, well, they ain't exactly dead. Looks like one of you guards finally put some big boy pants on. Brilliant. Cause is just getting started.
This looks interesting.
Ooh, so close. Maybe the next guard will do better.
Well, Redacted looks absolutely amazing. We're super excited to be officially revealing the game today. It's from the minds behind the Callisto Protocol, and it's a frenetic roguelike with a darkly comic twist. Here to tell us more, please welcome the head of Striking Distance Studios, Steve Papoutsis, and creative director Ben Walker. Guys, welcome.
He looks like he can't wait to yap.
Thank you so much for having us today. It's great to be here.
Awesome.
Caprica with that 16 month.
This isn't the first time that we've actually seen the.
Y'all already know what to do.
We've seen it. It was under the code name Project Birdseye.
Wait,
can you tell us a little bit about the secrecy and about Redacted now?
Sure. So when we first started thinking about this project,
back
we started prototyping from the controller out. We were really interested in creating fast, responsive controls that work for melee and shooting and our energy mechanics. And so as we were developing that, we then talked about the types of games we liked, and we found ourselves playing a lot of roguelikes. What we liked about that particular style of game was the replayability and the experimentation that occurs. So you have strategic and tactical choices. So all of those things kind of came together.
Yo,
and as
appreciate
we were
that.
prototyping it, we thought, well, let's see what people think of this.
Man.
So we released
You
that
got to be
trailer
a god
that
of
you
destruction
mentioned for
mode
Project
all the
Birdseye.
time.
And that was met with positive reception. So we're here today.
And a buff too?
With you, thank you, to announce the official name of the game, which is Redacted.
No, it's amazing to see it, and I know we're going to be going
gave up
through
on that,
a load
baby.
of gameplay as
I think the
well
week.
for
That's right.
viewers
The
to be
weekend
able to check
tickets.
out. But it looks amazing.
What, tomorrow?
So good. I mean, you guys
Start
mentioned
out.
it there.
So that means
It
another
sounds like
week
you had
of
a lot of fun making the
tickets.
Game, and
See what happens with the
it's a wee
tickets.
bit of a departure
That should be a good one.
from
Also,
the
I forgot.
Callisto
Remind me, chat.
Protocol and
Put up
what
that poll
players might
for
expect from you guys. But as we look at some
for,
of the gameplay, can you
Cell
tell us a
Max.
bit more about Redacted?
I forgot to put the
and then
poll
what
up for
can
Cell
we
Max.
expect to look forward to?
Sure,
on those summons.
absolutely. So again, it's
Or
a
skips.
roguelike style game, and it's focused in a prison. So one of the things that we thought would be really fun was developing the story around what it would be like when a zombie outbreak occurred in a prison. So not only are there workers at the prison, but there's also inmates. So we thought that was an interesting idea, so we started developing along those lines. And we also included some of those key elements of roguelikes that I mentioned, which are the experiments that we have, which are our upgrades, and the various skills and meta currencies that
you only got to
can
do
use
them
in-game
once.
to really change your play styles as
well,
you
7
go through the
missions
experience.
once each week.
You mentioned
so you
a
get
load
one
of the
each
prisoners.
mission
They're
that
called
you complete.
rivals in the
Yeah,
game,
like I
aren't
said,
they? Can you
it's good.
explain to
Don't
us
confess.
what rivals
Might get
are
a
and how
might get a
that's going to
topo. You
affect
might
the
get a copy
gameplay?
of something else that you need.
So the idea
It's not
again
bad.
with the rivals
I think I've seen
was,
some
hey,
people already
there's other
that's gotten
people
pretty
in this
blessed
prison,
on them.
So what would they
and
be
got
doing
topo off
during
of
this
it.
outbreak, right? So we thought it would be interesting if there was a race.
Do I think
to
I'll have a
one
lot of
escape
memorial
pod.
stones?
So
I don't know.
not only
Honestly,
are you racing
there's a
against
couple
the
banners
rivals,
that
but you're also
I didn't go too hard
having
on.
to deal with them. So they
for
can do things
myself,
like
I can't remember
room modifier attacks
last
where
year.
they can slow you down or impede your
I'm
progress.
trying to think worldwide
but you can
celebration
also
how much I
counter
used
back to
last
them,
year.
and you can use your own environmental control
And
attacks
around
and try to slow them down
Christmas,
and impede
because I
their
know
progress.
I already
Not
know
only that, but then you can also square off against
Goku
them
Black
in
was the
one-on-one
biggest
fights.
shaft
So
that I've
think of
had
them
so
as like
far this
bosses
year.
as
That
you
was
go through the
1,300
experience.
Dragons on deep
And so
on
not
his
only do you have the
banner.
challenge of the
Nothing.
various monsters
for it
within
really
this
to
game,
show.
but you also have
I'm
to
trying
deal
to
with
think.
these
I know
rebels who are trying to escape.
1,000
Yeah, and you can
for.
kind
Besides,
of see
this
their
is not
progress
counting
along the
the
bottom of the
free to
screen on the
play
gameplay,
Dragon Sons
can't you?
either.
Yeah.
And like,
So-
if they're still standing and what's kind of happening to them.
I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah.
Catch up as
Oh,
well.
but
Nice.
where that
I mean,
reminds
going
me,
back a little bit, I understand it's a
Toon
roguelike,
had sent
and
a
when I
graph
think of that, I think
of
permadeath, but maybe
games that he
Ben, you
done.
could
I
show
think it was
us
last
how
year
that's
he had
gonna be
asked and stuff
quite
like
a
that
core part
for
of
I think it
the
was like 2
gameplay
years
in
maybe
Redacted.
or whatever.
Sure.
But
So
he's
this
he's
is
got like
actually
2
the area
graphs.
where
I'll
you
end up
start when you
showing it
die and you
probably
come
on
back.
one of the next streams
And on the team, we like
that I
to
do.
say
If
death
not
is the opportunity to come back
in the actual
stronger.
video
Nice.
And
today.
so, you
that
know,
I'm
we
going
have
to
our
do
punching bag here
because I didn't get to do it
as you can
yesterday
see,
because other
these are
things.
all our terminals
but
where you buy your permanent upgrades.
he does have a graph that he sent
on
out
the
to me.
right, we
He
have
might have
all
sent
of
it to
our
other content
currencies.
creators
The
as
top
well
one
too.
is the
But it
credits,
has
which is
like
only
the gains
expendable and remain
basically your
used inside
percentages
the
for
game.
Dragon Souls
And
usage
then
and
we
stuff
have our
like that.
contraband here, which is for our permanent
And
skills. So I can purchase
no
one of
flexing
these,
or
and then
anything,
equip it
but
on the
your
side.
boy had
So you
the
actually
the
build your
biggest
own kind of
gains, and
loadout
that's of
here.
like
And
all
I can
the other
actually buy
content.
more slots as I progress as well.
Like in terms
So we
of
have about
percentage
45
wise,
of these
not
across 5
stone
pages.
spent,
So there's
but
really
in
a lot
terms
to
of-
dig into here.
Actually, in terms
That's
of
a lot of different
percentage of stone
combinations for you
spent,
to use.
I had the biggest gains.
What other meta currencies have you got on the right hand? Because we can
Just
see them on
saying.
the right hand side of the screen. What are
So,
they and how do we what do
basically,
we spend them on?
what I'm
so
saying
over here we have
is
the security IDs, which you purchase suits
Low-key
with.
clutch, baby.
And as you can see, we have lots of suits to choose from.
some
It
banners
looks
are
so
shaft.
cool. Have you
There
got
are.
a favorite one?
This is one of my favorite ones, the pilot suit.
Pilot
so
suit, nice.
I'll purchase it now. And then every suit has an initial buff that it gives you. And then also you can go and
Had to get
increase
Cell
the
Max,
upgrades
from
to it
the
as
coin
well.
shop.
And
Big Sad.
clearing
Ooh.
30 rooms, I'll get to reload
Yeah, that's
my
tough.
weapon faster.
Okay, sick.
That is tough.
So there's a lot of progression opportunities
got
as well.
Topo,
So if you
even
find
though-
like your own particular playstyle that you really like, you can hone in.
Now you
focus
hope,
on
man.
that and
Hey,
be
just
like,
hope that
"Alright,
the
this
tickets.
is how
Bless
I
you.
want
Still
to
got one
approach
more
the
week
next
after this
round."
for those
Exactly.
tickets.
And your
So
skills and your suit and
just,
then your guns
be
all
ready for
play
that.
into how that build
like I said,
works
this
out for you.
weekend should be
So what
pretty gnarly for
what
us.
else do we have? What else do we have here?
So
We
have
got
5
a
melee
worldwide
weapons and 8
celebration,
ranged weapons. And
a
players
video
can mix and match
tomorrow,
those any
which
way they
I won't be
like.
live
These are
for.
some of my favorites,
Sucks,
the dual
but
blasters.
I won't be live for that.
Nice.
Yeah, and then once the player
Man,
escapes
that's
for the
tough.
first time, they'll be able to
I hate when they do
unlock
it
the
on
upgrades
days
for
like
the
that. It
weapons
kind of
as
makes me
well.
wish I
So
would have
it
went
keeps
back and
going
like
and
done
you
things
keep going
differently.
farther, keep getting
now.
stronger.
But
Yeah, and what else is there in the
I won't be
in
live
the
for
hub
now.
for players to get involved with?
So this is where we can transfer currency and also buy things like the first aid station in between levels, which is very, very important. So here, let me purchase the environment control.
Let's get going.
So
Not gonna
Steve was
lie,
talking
this
about
game,
this is
like,
how you
I'm not a
attack
big
rivals
top-down
remotely.
person,
So you purchase the upgrades
but
here.
this game looks kind of interesting. interesting.
Yeah, because we saw this happen a couple times in the gameplay that we saw a little bit earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, you got combo
And this will slow
strings.
them down, it'll stop them, it'll do damage. And then once you buy all of them, you get the next tier of it. So you just keep upgrading and upgrading.
Okay, sick. There's on the screen there was something about a combo with the rival attacks. What was that about there?
Yeah, so when you actually do your rival attack, you select the rival, and then you have to you have a limited time to kind of punch in this code.
Sick.
So there's a little bit of a rhythm to it.
Yeah, rhythm game, love that.
Yep.
Okay, sick. That's so cool.
And then the final two we've got are the redaction map and the performance review center. What are those?
Yeah, so the performance review is a summary of your run. So here you can see what experiments you used, how many meta currency elements that you collected, the schematics and the fabrications. So this is a good way to kind of strategize as you go through, see what you did before and see what you might try to do next time. In addition to that, we have the Watcher log, which actually provides a lot of deep statistics for
Bruh.
you. It's fun to kind of min-max and see
Suit?
how you did against the various rivals, which experiments you tend to gravitate towards, and you can see that all here. So it's fun to kind of dig into the statistical element of the game.
It's also where I can see people getting so competitive. That's like going like, no, I can get a faster time than you. I can do better with this setup, and see like all that kind of comparison. Like I know, like us at the Xbox On team would do that an absolute ton on stream.
How many Stumbatons tools have you got or something? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
How many what?
And then we've got the redaction map.
Yeah, so this ties into kind
many
of
what?
the mystery of our game. So here you're going to find out about the rivals. As you go through the game, you're actually going to find these computer rooms. And when you interact with the computer room, you're going to see these dossiers. And as you go through and unredact the information here,
Bad luck with
you'll
boys.
actually be gaining positive
Shouldn't it be
buffs
bad
for
luck with
yourself.
men?
So you're going to be increasing the damage you do against the enemies. You're going to be
Bro, she look like she's
creating
somebody's
vulnerabilities for them.
grandmother.
And so you'll also
This
be
should
doing
be
all
bad
that.
luck
In
with
addition
men,
to
not
that, You're going to
boys.
find out more about the rivals.
That sound like some
and a
shit
little bit of their
Pegasus would say.
backstory. So it's a key
Pegasus has
component
bad
to
luck
really
with
being
boys
able
from
to
Yu-Gi-Oh.
deal with and handle the rivals.
Just ask Kaiba Boy.
What I do know is we've got a
Yu-Gi-Oh.
lot more gameplay to check out, because it'd be amazing to see all these different like weapons and upgrades in action, so you
Yeah.
can talk us through it.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Let's check out some more gameplay. But honestly, one of the things
Oh,
I
I'd
love
say
so much
Pegasus
about
ain't like
games is when there
us.
are so many options for you as a player.
Pegasus is a
and
fan.
that's what Redacted has for you to
Yeah,
progress
freaky.
and improve. So Bex, what do you think as well?
I mean, yeah, I'm really enjoying this kind of like secret element to the dossiers and these rivals, and I really like some of these headings that we've got. There's some interesting topics that I'm excited to explore later. Oh, who's this guy?
All right.
Got a little
Did I hear
outline
to it?
here.
Yeah, so this is a mysterious figure that we call Mr. Green.
Did I hear to it?
He's a bit of a cleaner, and
It almost
he's
sounded like
at
she
the
wanted to say
prison.
hawk
We
to
don't
it
know
for a
why.
second.
Hopefully players are going to find out.
If the other chick would have
he'll
said spit on
be
that,
interacting with you and kind of
I think I would have.
providing you
I probably
some
would have cut the
insights
stream
as you
off that
progress
point.
through the experience.
I think I would have cut
And
the stream
so,
off at
yeah,
that
I don't want to
point.
give away too much,
No.
but
If
Mr.
any one of
Green
them
is
said
a
spit on that thing
shadowy
after she
seems
said
like
that,
seems like we can
diabolical
test
clip.
them right now, but given all of the rivals and all of the
Diabolical
other
clip.
people that you've told us about so
100%.
far, I'm not too
God.
convinced
I don't know
yet.
if you can ever trust.
That's
a
gonna be on
shadowy
replay.
figure.
I
That
can
to me is
guarantee
just like,
that.
especially one in a prison. That
Guarantee
doesn't
that.
seem to work. But what is
They're trying to
because there's
make
so many
Granny look
options
bad.
about
That's
playing
crazy.
the game, can you
Facts.
kind of
They
run us
really
through some of
did.
your favorite builds? 'Cause I
That's
think
why I
this
was
is us
like,
going up against
it should be
one
me,
of
and
your
she's having
rivals
a
right now, isn't it?
no
absolutely.
good luck with, bro.
Like Steve mentioned, we call our upgrade trees experiments.
Yeah.
And so we have a total of 115 of those in the game, split up against across 7 categories. A couple of my favorites are the biotech, and mixing that with the electricity or the energy build. Speeds up rates of fire, and then biotech has a great skill called rot, which enables enemies
Bro.
to explode on death.
Nice.
So you can see
It's
we're
dope
using
and
it
all.
right here on his main.
We kind of
fire.
glazed the game a little bit.
I love an area of effect.
It doesn't look
That's always
terrible.
helpful.
Yeah, there's also
It doesn't.
combination of using melee and ranged attacks, isn't there, throughout the gameplay?
There is, and since you don't get to choose which upgrades you get to pick every time, you'll find yourself exploring and finding new ones that you weren't expecting. That turn out
I wasn't
to be
expecting
really
that
fun. And
camera
so we've
angle,
had
to
a
be
lot
quite
of people
honest, right there.
start to play different ways just because they stumbled on a really
And-
fun build.
Yeah, it's always going to be one of the funny bits. It's like you got to go. No,
Is this
I'm gonna
a-
go use these guns because this is what I want.
This ain't got no co-op or nothing like that.
Wait, no, that's
This
the
is
most
just single
powerful melee
player,
weapon
right?
in the game. I'm just
Because
gonna go
I could
melee
totally
builds
see
or
how
something
this
like
could
that.
look
Yeah.
almost like
So
Diablo.
Ben, yeah, you're much more of a corrosive,
Like, for
kind
real,
of
for
area
real.
of effect, rapid fire build. I like that. That's
Absolutely.
cool. I'd probably go for something like that over like a strength build or like close combat kind of build or whatever. What do you think you would do?
See, I've always been, right, I was like, keep a distance, like,
Yeah.
I played as, like,
Calculated.
yeah, no, I was always, like, an assault rifle player and, like, FPSs. I was, like, kind of keep a distance, kind of, like, kite people. But one thing I want to point out here
so you was a
is there is a glowing corpse, which
Okay.
you see throughout the game. They pop up in certain locations. Can you tell
So you
us
never
a
want to
little
get
bit more
close and
about that?
personal with
Yeah,
nothing.
so that's actually your
One of
last
them.
corpse.
He basically just told me what kind of Call of Duty player he is. I'm gonna sit in the back in a corner of a room with a riot shield, some shock charges, some bouncing betties.
But at an increased power level. So, but it's always
He
risky,
live.
right? Because if you had a really good
He
build
got the
before,
best he's got the best
it might
LMG in the
be a hard,
games,
fight to get
so he don't have to
win.
reload
So
as much.
You got to kind of pick and choose your battles. But it is a way for you to get something back that you had
He
on your
lied.
last run that you really liked.
Yeah.
No, I can just imagine though. I just Bex is never going to see the glowing corpse. I know.
That's like the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Oh,
What do you
thanks, Penny. I mean, yeah, the glowing corpse sounds great. I love that element of, it's almost like Soulsy. You get that reward for going back to the same place, and especially in roguelike atmosphere. I love that as well. I mean, we're seeing so many sick looking visuals here. I can notice some of the symbols from your game's Callisto Protocol and lots of this new art style that we can enjoy as well with our eyeballs, which is great. But what was your philosophy behind this, and like, I guess kind of moving away from Callisto Protocol too?
Right, so we wanted to create something that was different and lean into things that we really enjoy. So we're big fans of comic
Talk like they
books,
don't even
graphic
play video
novels, and
games.
we also wanted to have more of an irreverent, fun tone to this game. So
Some
we
do.
gravitated towards this style and look.
Some
that
you
see
can
in
kinda
the
tell
game.
that they
It's
play
a
their
little
game.
bit more vibrant, colorful.
Gorgeous.
And it allowed us to really experiment and play around with the variety of enemies. I think we have over 34 enemies in the game. So we really wanted to just kind of go all out with the colors and everything. So that really worked well for us. And we think it definitely looks different than the previous game. And the other thing that we really liked about this particular game this time was we partnered with a group called Mutato Musica.
Culture for that.
And we wanted to create our own unique music for the game. So we came up with this idea for future punk. So the soundtrack is kind of got this arcadey punk kind of vibe going on. And we really enjoy it. So we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, no, Future Punk is definitely something I think I could get into as well. And I love the art style. But Ben and Steve, like, big thank you for joining us. Well, but if you've got any last words for everyone watching about Redacted?
Well, we hope everyone enjoys playing it as much as we enjoyed making it. The team had a great time doing that.
Yeah, and I'd like to say thank you very much for allowing us to reveal the game name today with you. And I want to thank the team at Striking Distance for all the wonderful work.
At least they done.
Project. Thank you.
That didn't feel as bad
as
any of the others.
As well.
And I'm pretty sure they yapped for about like 20 minutes.
More Redacted.
And it didn't feel like it was 20 minutes.
Hands on it when it comes out on October 31st. Very scary. Pre-orders are open right now. So coming up, we've got a sim that is unlike any other sim we've seen before. But first, fans of the First Descendant have been not so patiently waiting for more on Season 1. Well, guys, the wait is over. Let's have a look.
I ain't even played. But first of all, I played First Descendant. I haven't played it in like maybe 2 weeks. I low-key haven't been on this game in like 2 weeks.
Enemy's large-scale attack, but the
Like,
war is far from over.
Obviously, other things doing with Dokkan and all that stuff, and streaming different times and everything. But just in terms of like playing this game, I haven't played in like 2 weeks.
After Corell's fleet disappeared, the Vulgus began moving from deep within the dungeon to raid the Ancestors' facilities in Ingress and reclaim the outpost. Detecting this, Ingress immediately dispatched a scout. That scout's name is Haley.
Haley? Oh, she's new.
Who rose from a supply soldier in the guerrilla unit to a legendary sniper, is now a newcomer in the Descendant Corps. Ruthlessly eliminating enemies with her anti-material sniper rifle, she dominates battles with her ability to drop her body temperature and emit cold air when her emotions run high. When shooting from a distance, her weapon's critical hit multiplier increases, making her an excellent fit for sniper rifles.
Oh, whoa!
She possesses sub-zero bullets that fire multiple shots in an instant, and a storm snare that pushes back and rapidly cools down enemies in front. Above all, Haley's specialty is switching to her anti-material sniper rifle and firing a single.
Woo! Look at those! Oh my!
Stronger than any other attack. In Season 1, the Vulgus launches a new strategy. The invasion.
Oh no, that better been if that was in normal mode, that's still pretty wild that she just one-shot the fucking boss in a void fight.
Players can choose to enter between the existing operations or the invasions. Invasion dungeons are only available for solo play, testing the strength of the Descendants. 3 Vulgus legions will block the Descendants with different defense mechanisms. The quantum field creates an immortal state, impervious to physical attacks. The Resonance Shatterers cause massive explosions with the energies of RK and the Iron Heart. The Keeper Tile encryption device maintains a powerful security system. Invasion dungeons present new mechanics that disrupt the Descendants' operations. Solve these enemies' mechanisms and swiftly eliminate them. Invasion dungeons are designed for speed runs, and the faster you clear them, the greater the rewards that await.
Okay. I see that.
Coming in contact with the Iron Heart, Descendants experience an arcade resonance phenomenon. This resonance grants the Descendants new powers. It's the season growth inversion reinforcement. Inversion reinforcement is a new growth system that resets at the start of each season. It includes 5 types: hunting, attributes, recovery, survival, and seasons. Through the inversion reinforcement, Descendants gain beneficial effects for progressing through seasonal content, and can also obtain effects that compensate for their weakness.
By the way, anybody that plays this game right now knows damn well
reinforcement effects, providing effects that perfectly fit the season.
That's crazy, because Bunny's like one of the craziest characters in the game.
A new Descendant will be introduced in Season 1. Ultimate Freyna, who has evolved Arcade's toxicity into a more powerful weapon, will make her debut. In Season 1, you can discover Freyna's exclusive story and uncover the tale behind the name of her skill, Room Zero Trauma.
Nigga, I know we all seen that.
It can be obtained through the Battle Pass and is also available as a free reward. Excava
I know we all seen that.
Attacking enemies, and has a unique effect of firing the charged voltage as an energy grenade. It is a versatile weapon that combines the inherent versatility of an assault rifle with a powerful shot. Frost Watcher is a scout rifle that can be farmed through the Season 1 content. When hitting enemies from long range, it reduces chill resistance.
First of all, I was kind of happy, not gonna lie, for Freyna, because I actually like using her in the game. But for some reason, they go above and beyond with the ultimates of the Descendants when it's women. It's bro, it's like they took like Valby, like one of the most like innocent girls really in the damn game, and they made her extremely sexualized.
We must once again venture into the
like
void,
extremely sexualized. And that shot of Freyna was wild. I'm sorry, but that was wild. That deserved that reaction. That shit was wild. Like, you know what you're doing.
And void intercept battles await you.
Like, you know what you're doing. Bro.
First Descendant.
That's crazy.
Season 1 Invasion. Play for free.
I'm not gonna lie though, she looks good in terms of like gameplay. She looks crazy. Like, she looks like she's gonna do a whole lot of damage. But the fact that they relying so heavy on the sexualization just to like sell the game is crazy. Because if you actually play the gameplay and stuff like that is fun. It just got boring after a while because there's no other new places to go, and there's nothing new else to really get besides going after all the characters and all that, unless you want to pay like what, $20 or something like that, or $100 for an ultimate character, unless you want to just do that. But that's wild, man. That shit was wild. They gave her the crazy arch. That's what you. I know. I don't like it. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't like it. I'm just saying, like, in general, of like what they just done. That was crazy. Like that's what I complain about. That's one of the reasons why I've always said I still stand on business to say, like, I don't like a lot of anime, and I don't watch a lot of new anime and stuff like that because I get tired of all the like ecchi type shit in the game or in the anime, and I'm like, I don't deal with that. Like, I don't really like that. I'm here for like some story and some fights. Like, and with this, I'm like, I'm here to like kick ass and do cool things, not look at ass. You feel me? I'm not there for that. I'm there to play the game, bro. Like, not look at like what girl's the hottest and what I could make her look the most naked in. Which it literally is a thing in the First Descendants. If you boot the damn game up, you're gonna see someone with a paint job to make, especially the ultimate character, is gonna look damn near almost naked. Literally.
That is the Overcooked series.
Without fail. You could literally sign in. You can download the game right now and go in, and I guarantee you in your first lobby, you'll see like 7 ultimate bunnies that look like they're damn near nude.
Everything from
right off the bat.
Please join me we're welcoming
That's what's
co-creative
sucks
lead
about it.
and
It's what's
executive
annoying.
producer Robbie Draymond, writer, producer Amanda Hubbard, and lead writer and designer Ray Chase, all the way over there. Hi, Ray. How you doing? Thanks so much for joining me.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of mess with them jackets, but at the same time, they kind of like they give off Power Ranger vibes.
I know my name.
Like I feel like there should be like a red
today. I'm
and
sporting our lead
a pink.
programmer's jacket because someone
like coming in out of
my
nowhere.
mailbox. So if you're watching this, if you could please bring my jacket back to me, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. So all good, maybe aside from Tiago and the missing jumper.
Poor Tiago.
See, they missed out on giving her a yellow jacket because she got the hair. They missed out on giving her a yellow jacket.
So for those who don't know the premise of Date Everything, tell us
That would have been
what exactly
W
does that mean?
marketing
Sure,
right
this is
there.
an absolutely bizarre
W
game
marketing.
that has never been made before.
If they would have
You
pulled
start
out that
it's
yellow
almost a
jacket for her right then and
first-person
there,
shooter, as it were. You get
That'd have been tough.
a job as a customer service agent doing some remote work. You are immediately on
They
your
want
first
people
day
to play with
replaced
one
by AI,
hand.
but there's nothing to fear because your
I don't think you
your
would be
entire
doing that much
existence will be
playing if
changed
you play
when a
with one hand in
mysterious
that game.
package comes to your front
I don't
door,
think so.
which holds these glasses called the Date Viators, which allow you to directly acknowledge a thing's existence or date everything in front of you.
Because that's the first thing I would want to do if I put special glasses on. Is like, who do I want to date?
Exactly. It's
Exactly.
very intuitive.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel like you've made the game of my dreams. What about any other things to add, or is Ray basically just nailed that?
No, Ray's our lead designer, hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
It's perfect. Yeah.
But the idea just came from a random day when Robbie and I were joking around.
I'm sorry.
I like our game. The idea
Did I just
is
hear
a
date
joke
everything?
at the beginning, but underneath there's so much more. And yeah, we just pitched it out during a voiceover session we're doing together, and then a couple days later, Ray came to me and says, "I think I want to make this a thing."
There's something here.
And the next thing we knew, we were filling out contracts to start a video game.
Gotcha.
And here we are, 6
All right.
years later. It's wild.
Wonderful. Okay, well, we can't talk about a dating simulator without asking what we're dating. You see where I'm going here. So tell me a little bit more about who it is we're going to be interacting with.
First of all,
absolutely.
Following this game up right after the First Descendants is low-key kind of crazy.
Thanks so much, everybody. Really appreciate
It's low-key kind of crazy. Like that might be kind of diabolical to have the shots of butt cheeks that you see in First Descendants, the arch and everything, and then immediately go into date everything.
Yeah, but I think we all have our favorites.
That's
too,
wild. Like
definitely, for
whoever
sure.
put that together
I mean, do you want to talk about your favorites
and
now?
edit this through knew exactly what they're doing. They knew exactly what they're doing.
On Twitter a couple of weeks ago.
Bro, you
when we
don't
got to
follow. You
reveal
don't follow
Ben
that shit up with
Starr
that.
as
Come on.
Dorian the Door. Massive fan
Come
of his
on.
work, and what an interesting character. This is a character. In this game, you can get love endings, friend endings, or hate endings with every one of the characters. And Dorian stands up for those who are looking to just be friends. For that playthrough, that's a middle of the
Have they
road,
shown
not
any of
really
the
looking to date everyone, and he's an absolute champion of friendship more than anything.
We should say that for the people that don't know, because it's not
What's on the
directly
panel?
revealed in the announcement, is that every character has 3 different relationship statuses that you can get an ending with.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is date everything, but you can also befriend everything, and you might just hate them too.
Hate everything is my kind of game.
Maybe there's a way to play it as hate everything.
Good Lord, she's diabolical.
Do it.
Oh, I love
Hey,
it.
yo,
I was gonna
single
say
man.
Tiago
Is she
again, but
single
that's-
too? I don't know if she's single.
Tiago, if you could jump up here.
I don't think that's a wedding ring on her. But hey, she diabolical. You might want to stay away from her. You might want to stay away from her. She said hate everything, and she meant that shit with her whole soul.
That we did. It's so funny.
Bruh.
You can't
Hell
go
no.
through Von Trapp's story without laughing, crying, sobbing.
Commentary about it.
We had an amazing writing team of about 30 individuals, and they all put their unique.
I just looked over and see that. Okay, yeah, that's funny.
And added another
That's funny. I just looked over
We're
and see
talking about a
that.
character like Von Trapp, which is Dana Snyder, who you might know from Aqua Hunger Force, Master Shake, a ton of other comedic stuff.
Bruh.
He just kind
I
of
got
went
some fun with that.
wild. And Tiago,
If literally my camera was just a little bit bigger, and I could just cover her up the whole way,
it's a great character. My
it was the
favorite is
W
kind
right
of
there.
our mascot, Skylar Specs. She's plays the actual date creators themselves, and though they're a mechanics character that sort of show you how to play the game, the writing is.
Hey, yo, what the hell she holding down there? What's glowing like that?
So good.
Please,
the writing.
Well, okay.
Falling in love with me, I guess.
That has been the nature of our friendship for the last 10 years, pretty much.
Hey, what
I can't
was
resist a good beard.
she holding back there? That was glowing.
A nerd icon, Felicia Day, to come in and play Skylar, and she brought this whole new level of charm to it. So, yeah, we've all got our favorites, but I think those are our top.
I'm over getting distracted from things that's happening in the background because I'm like, hey,
Don't worry
think that for
Yeah.
like, playthrough you'd find a new reason to love
They're
someone else.
all my children. I can't actually pick.
There you go. I'm sorry I made you do so. I do want to stay on the topic of voice actors, though, because obviously yourself, you've done quite a lot of work here at the table. So what's it like moving from performance to development on a title and being behind the scenes a little bit more?
Oh, absolutely. We were unprepared for the amount of work it is to make video games. One of those things that looks is like so much fun on the outside, and yes, obviously we've had a blast, but way more spreadsheets than you ever thought possible. We've all learned a ton of lessons. We've all upped the amount of hats that we wear making this game, and it's something that's absolutely the high point of my life. I'm so proud of our team and where this game has come from the original inception to actually being able to make 100 characters that all are different, that all have different playthroughs and styles, that you can really play this game for a really long time. I can't believe that we actually achieved that.
Yeah, as actors, we're in a really unique position because what we do is very forward-facing, but it's very low man on the totem pole when it comes to actually being the creative force driving whatever you're making.
Yeah.
So for us to come together and be able to make something of our own and then put it out into the world, not only is one of the most rewarding experiences, it's also terrifying. But that part of it was over. We gave the world the conceit, the idea, and from what we can tell, they said yes. So we're so excited for everybody out there, you all, to play it. It's the best.
Do you think it's maybe changed your perspective the next time you go to voice something that's someone else's game of like, I suddenly understand everything that went into this one, actually?
It already has. I think
Nice.
the very first session that I got into post being like halfway through production in this, my outlook on the entire script was completely different. And if I do say so myself, I think the session went even more smoothly.
I'm going to be more judgy now.
I learned also how hard it is to schedule actors, and
my
so I will
God.
make myself more available to everyone. Yeah.
Actually, I want to mention the actors a little bit because we've already heard a couple. Felicia and Ben, I'm on first name basis here, clearly. There's a humongous roster. Are you just going into little black books and just messages like, hey, do you want to just come do a voice? Like, what was that process like?
For us, diversity has been a key part of this, not just in the stories that we're told, in the appearance of the and the background of our characters, but also in like the level and the background of our actors too. We have a lot of AAA names, household names that everybody knows. We have a lot of up-and-comers that we really like and wanted to give them a broader stage. We have non-traditional actors who are coming in and doing roles. We got to run the gamut on our casting.
We have film and television actors. We've got video game staples. We've got people who did we've got Broadway actors who did their. One of my good buddies did his first ever video game ever.
I bet that's a fantastic performance as well for Broadway.
He might sing a little bit.
That'd be a big one.
Yes.
But there was a lot of texting. It was literally like, hey, would you come be a chair?
Are you free on Thursday?
But the funny part is word got around. We recorded for about 5 months, about 180 sessions or so. There's 70,000 fully voiced lines in this game, 1.2 million words. It's a monster. Wow. But word started to get around that the sessions were fun. And then it went from less of a, will you please be a chair, to be like, can I be a lamp?
I'll be a carpet. Just let me in.
A coffin?
A carpet.
I thought you said a coffin.
No,
that's
I mean,
the mortuary DLC.
Spooky DLC.
Halloween update.
Yeah.
I'll do that one.
Yeah.
Oh, anyway, yeah, wonderful. Right, we're going to go down the bench here.
Okay.
I want to know who you are in the game, because it's worth mentioning that you're going to write the theme tune, sing the theme tune, like you're in it, you're all over it.
Just so you know, this is an Xbox exclusive then, right? Because we have not revealed who we play in the game.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually play 5 roles in one. I played the Hanks.
Okay.
And the Hanks are all of the hangers in your closet.
Yep.
And they're like just 5 adventure sports loving dudes, but they're all me just doing a slightly different voice. So if you love me, you're going to love this. If you hate me, it's going to be painful. But I love the Hanks. They are just...
Oh, no.
Yeah, of course.
Can I get a live oh, no?
Oh, no. I don't have an Australian accent. But they're the Hanks are. We had one of somebody play through it today, and they had such a blast. I love them. I hope you guys love them too. Yeah.
Yo, baby.
Who are you?
Me, I play Rebel, the rubber ducky. Rebel is very edgy, has a bad attitude, doesn't want to hang out with anybody, really don't understand why you keep talking to me. but secretly underneath, Rebel might have a little bit more heart than that. Maybe, probably not.
But definitely can't reveal that.
You got to work to get there, though, for sure.
You really have to put in some effort.
Although already Rebel is winning the fan art contest, right? Yeah. It's a popular character design.
There has been already dozens of images of Rebel populating the internet in the best, most fantastic way. I was not expecting that. I'm so glad people love them.
All right, illustrious leader, who do you play?
I play one of my favorite characters. I wrote his theme song. I got to voice him. I wrote all the things he said. He is the Scandelabra, one of the first characters that we came up with in this. He's like an 18th century courtier.
Look at him.
And while everybody else loves the fact that you're going around and being very polyamorous and doing it, for him it's all scandal. And he keeps track of all the love endings that you have and berates you for it. But in the end, maybe he loves it on the inside.
I have to ask, actually, specifically on that, with the names being pun-based, as a Brit, I adore that. What comes first? Do you come up with a Scandelabra or a scandal, and then you try to fit that into an object?
You've had this question before.
Yeah. Oh, well,
some are non-negotiable. Every house has a table or chair. That we knew.
Yeah.
And then sometimes the pun comes along with the casting too. So our friend Jeremy Lee, who's one of the best voice actresses ever, we're like, well, we have to make her the chair, right? And call him Jeremy. So sometimes it's a different formula, but
it's unpredictable. Yeah, sometimes the name comes first and the concept comes with it. Sometimes we have something where we're like, well, we have a floor. What do we do with this character? And we start to work on it. What might it be? All these characters were developed at different times. Some faster than others. Some had different rewrites and stuff. But we didn't want them all to just be rhyming name.
I have had these headphones off. Okay,
fair enough. No,
had them off.
I do want to come back a little bit and manage your character.
Just down around my neck.
Because
I could still hear them yapping. That's how I knew that literally they were just still talking, and they didn't move on to another thing. I could literally hear, just like this, when I was walking out, them just yapping.
Our game in general isn't overly
the whole time I was gone.
Nor is it anything
No,
negative in that
on
way.
to the next,
it's
nothing.
body, it's fun, it's
Straight
flirty,
yes.
but mostly it's wholesome and a really good time.
Straight yeah.
But we do have,
and I know I ain't missed nothing, so I'm not gonna ask you. Oh man, I heard I missed something.
Jokes and funny stuff.
I know it.
We really like to dip into some serious stuff. I mean, that's the idea of the concept, right? And then we deliver something more earnest. And some of the characters Ray figured out we have to talk about.
We had a
snacky
unique, opportunity here.
Hey,
because
hopefully some of y'all
it's a
got
sandbox. You can date them in
this
any
one. I mean,
order.
it's
So
been
it meant that,
almost
like some of our
2 hours.
characters,
It's been 2
Rebel,
hours.
for example, who is quite vulgar.
It's been 2
let's
hours,
just
Sean.
say.
2 damn
I've never
hours.
seen my
And
content aware
have we
like this.
seen anything?
But you have the opportunity
crazy
to
yet?
have this content aware feature on, and anything that
at
might
all?
be triggering, Skylar
Also,
is able to like call you out, say what it is.
there's
Is this
26
something you're
people in here.
comfortable
Can we
with?
just
And
get
if
26
not,
likes?
There's no judgment
Make it a
from us as
one-on-one?
developers. You can skip that character
Right now?
at
Just make it a
absolutely no
one-on-one?
expense to your playthrough. You still get any ending that you want with them, and you can take out that triggering content.
Like, I wasn't
and
expecting
if you're
that.
open for everything,
I gotta make sure my
you can
phone's in
turn
front
off
of me this
content
whole
aware
entire
right at the
time.
beginning, and it never comes up.
Yeah, it's a really a small percentage of,
I can't
of when
believe
that content
they're
aware
literally
pops
talking this
up.
long
But
about
if you see it
date
the first
everything.
time and you don't want to deal with it,
I don't even want to know if
gone
they even show
forever, and you can
gameplay
turn
of
back
it.
on
I don't
whenever you
care.
like.
Exactly, yeah.
Just
Wonderful. Thank
wild.
you so much for things about that. I love it.
Thanks for asking. Yeah.
You're so welcome.
We want people to have the best possible experience with this. And we always say this is a game, even though it's a dating sim, it's never a game that you would be embarrassed to have someone walk in on you playing.
Yes.
You know?
I beg to differ.
Yeah.
You're like, oh God,
I beg to differ.
Yeah, of course.
So with it being a dating
Had to get you a
simulator,
chopped
and you
cheese.
said
You in
there's
New York?
100 characters in there, are there any
You in New York?
pre-existing relationships in the house? Are the players going to meet other complications along the way?
Ooh, yeah, quite a bit. I mean, all of these characters, when the game starts, they have a rich pre-existing life that the player then kind of gets to pull apart and unfold. Some of them interact a little bit more, some are maybe a little bit more siloed, but that's all stuff that the player gets to discover as they go through.
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 characters that debuted in the trailer, Harper and
I don't
Dirk.
think if I was in
And
my
when
living
you
room
first encounter
playing
them, they're kind
Xbox,
of intertwined. They're mixed.
I don't think I'd be like, hey yo man, come up, sit down, bro. I'm playing date everything, bro. I'm all good. Come in here and watch this, bro.
Could be viewed as
I'm playing date everything.
And you have a choice. You can do whatever you want. You can get them back together. You can break them apart depending
You
on what you
playing
think is
date
best. You
everything.
can
Somebody
become
about to
friends.
walk
You can
in. As soon as
romance
you
them
hear that
separately
door open, you
together.
shit.
You can get them to hate you, and
No,
it's all whatever you
no, you
feel
ain't
as
playing
a
this out in
player
the
is the
open
right
like that.
pathway for you. That's been the best
You ain't
part
playing
of
this out in the
Gamescom
open
is
like that.
watching
Ain't no
people
damn
play
way.
and getting to see how they react. And we had some people go, "Oh no, what does this say about me?"
Oh,
And
this
we
is
go,
this is the gameplay.
What does this say about you? That's the point. Yeah. So yeah, it's the idea.
Yeah, wonderful. And I think we'd also be remiss not to mention it's set in a house. There's loads of rooms. The environment itself is a little bit of a character. So I wonder if there's anything you can share about the system in the game or the locations.
Yeah, well, we have secrets in the game.
Oh, absolutely. We
Do
have.
you want to tell me them all now?
We
or-
absolutely. All right, number 78 is. No, we have lots of. We have a house that you're walking in, and there's obviously a design challenge of how do you make this house interesting. The house changes based on what relationships you have with everybody, and there's little secret characters here and there that you might walk past 100 times, then realize through this system that we were talking about backstage, rumors, which is a way spelled ROOMERS. Had to get another pun in there.
Absolutely,
But Maggie the Magnifying Glass helps you discover some of these clues to find these more secret characters.
Yeah, and they all exist in different states. Some obviously what you would think the kitchen characters are more connected than others, but you got the secret areas. But we also wanted this is our story delivery system, this house.
Yeah.
And we don't want to get too far into it, but it changes and adapts depending on how you play the game. So what you do in the stories will affect the environment. But you're right, we want it to feel homey, we want it to feel cozy. Shout out to my dad, who's a home designer who actually
I was going to say, where was this going? Just
I know.
shout out to Dad.
I know. Shout out to my dad who designed the home based off a classic like mid-century house. So it feels like a real house that you live in as your player. But how you start your life, that's up to you.
It's
Maybe
totally
it's not
up to
enough.
you.
Yeah.
Love it. Well, it's also described a little bit more of like a sandbox type game where, as you've said before, Ray, that you can date anyone, anytime, in any order. So I assume that there'll be some surprises along the way for the player. I know you're not going to tell me all the secrets, but is there anything you could tease for everyone at home?
Well, I'll say that's something that we haven't shown off much at this, but there is an overarching story, a critical path that populates based on your progress and has a lot of different endings too. It's not just you date a character, the game ends. We really want you to go through and at least talk to everybody, get an ending with everybody, and get to see the full story of the Date Theaters unfold.
Interesting. Well, I cannot thank you enough for stopping by. I'm going to say it out loud, and I'm going to get hated for it, but this is my highlight of the show. Like, truly, it's been a joy talking to you.
Was that a refrigerator?
Gamescom. I'm going to come down and play it myself after this and see who I can start dating, and I'll let you know who my favorites are. But one thing is for sure, I will never be looking at a fridge the same way again. Coming up, we're going to take to the skies with the latest map and join new planes to join Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then it's back down to Earth with the latest updates coming to Fallout 76. But now it's time to don the role of Kazan as he survives exile, waves of Imperial forces, and relearns the forgotten skills of battle that once helped him save an empire. Check out this deep dive into the first Berserker, Kazan.
General Kazan, who once saved the Empire from the Dragonkin, survives against all odds while being exiled under the false accusation of treason. He embarks on an adventure to uncover the truth behind his downfall and seek revenge against his enemies. Kazan's battles emphasizes hardcore action, while they feature various combat mechanics. The core principle is see and respond. We've put significant effort into creating precise and vivid combat experiences.
Why does this give me God of War vibes?
Essentially,
a little bit.
The game so that the players can observe and decide their actions, providing clear feedback for each decision.
Oh, this not. Oh, is this another goddamn Souls game?
Divided into two phases: the monster's attack turn and Kazan's attack turn. We aim to make every moment enjoyable. To achieve this, we included various ways to respond to monster attacks. Players can exploit openings to attack or choose to defend or evade when necessary. Techniques like just guard and just evade, which requires precise timing, are also available.
This is another Souls game, man.
There is no single correct answer. Players can experiment with multiple methods. Your unique combat style will develop based on your choices, ensuring that this process effectively leads to defeating your enemies.
Help me!
How you gonna yell out, help me, and then the first person you see, you draw your damn sword at?
Preemptive strikes are a key strategy for tackling powerful enemies with ease. When initiating a battle with a brutal attack from behind, Kazan can gain numerous attack opportunities, limited only by his stamina. Both Kazan and his enemies have stamina, and once depleted, they become exhausted until it recovers. In this state, significant damage can be inflicted not only on Kazan, but also on his enemies. Therefore, managing stamina is crucial. Good management can create advantageous situations, while poor management can lead to serious danger. In battles against strong enemies, including boss fights,
it doesn't look like a bad game whatsoever at all, but it's the fact that it feels like it's another Souls type of
stamina
game.
Consumption or successfully landing
Like,
high stamina
or at least
damage attacks,
like
to
sort of like the
cause
modern
exhaustion is key.
kind of like
Once
God of
in an
War
exhausted
sort of
state,
vibe.
Dealing maximum damage through various methods become the core strategy for overcoming bosses.
I don't know, am I crazy on that?
Additionally,
Or does this
targeting
feel like
and
that?
destroying weak points can inflict significant damage and provide extra attack opportunities.
Yeah, Dark Souls games
Kazan
got
is
to
a
the point
skilled
where they're like
warrior
zombie
who can
games,
proficiently
where
wield
everybody
various
wanted a
weapons,
zombie game for
allowing
like
you to experience different combat styles
for everything
that
for no
maximizes
reason.
each weapon's advantages.
So literally, it's like, do you want to play a zombie game? A zombie game? I feel like now it's like Dark Souls game.
Kazan is equipped
You like
with a
Dark
spear.
Souls? I remember when
Although
Dark
its
Souls
attack power
games
is somewhat lower,
where it's like
it features long reach,
a small
wide
niche,
range, and impressive
like there was
combo
only a
attacks,
little bit of
making it
people
particularly
that really could
advantageous
stand
in
like Dark Souls
stamina-based
games.
combat.
And if you're a gamer, you know that. Like Dark Souls games, like back then they weren't like as popular as they are now, where
This
everybody's like,
weapon
oh
excels
yeah, I
at
gotta play a
efficiently
Dark Souls
draining the
game.
enemy's stamina
Like
and delivering
it wasn't
additional
like that.
damage to
It was
exhausted
like when
enemies
people
through
seen
various
Dark Souls, they were
methods
like,
and combos.
I'm gonna stay away from that. Like I'm not trying to rage. And now it's like, oh yeah.
The Great Sword is another weapon Kazan can wield. It offers the option to charge most actions, favoring slow but exhilarating and powerful strikes. This weapon excels in solid guarding and counterattacks, enabling a satisfying playstyle that can crush enemies before even engaging in stamina battles. Kazan is an action game that focuses on the fun of character development. As you progress,
I ain't gonna lie though,
you'll
it looks
acquire
cool.
items and
Like it
skills,
looks cool.
evolving
It's
your
just
combat from careful and
it just reminds me of Dark Souls game, Elden Ring,
Kazan's
any of them.
revenge is
That's what it
about to
reminds
begin.
me of.
Don't miss out on the chance to experience the hardcore action of the first Berserker, Kazan, in the technical closed beta test, starting on October 11th. Xbox players can join through the Insider program.
Yeah, that sucks that it looks good. It's just
Hey York, it's great to see you. I'm gutted
just
that
a
I'm
Dark
not seeing
Souls
you in
game.
person, but I hear that you're in Seattle.
Yes, it's like the first
Here we
time
go
in
with Flight
at least 4 or
Simulator.
5
Please
years
don't
that
yap
I'm not
too
gonna
long.
make it
I
to
know this is a
Gamescom in
pretty
person,
recorded video
which
sort of
is
thing.
A huge bummer.
But please
'cause
don't
I
let
love
it be
the
a
show, I
long
love the
session of
people,
yap.
I love the vibe, the gamers. So yeah, but and plus we always have a community event where we meet with the hardest core flight sim enthusiasts. But honestly, we're 13 weeks away from the launch of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and you know there's almost so
I'm sorry,
much
what
to
did
do
he
to
say?
make sure that everything is perfect.
30
that
weeks
I'm just
away?
gonna have
Ain't no
to
way
stay
he's
home and
30
work
days
on the
away,
new
right?
How are you feeling coming up to launch? Because as I said, it's
30
only
weeks
13
away?
Yeah, I think it's awesome. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 or MSFS24 as we now call it, it is the biggest undertaking ever in flight simulation. It's the biggest fleet, the most airports, the most sophisticated flight model, the best physics we've ever done. The digital twin is taking leaps forward. This time we added seasons, worldwide ship traffic, worldwide oil rigs.
Yeah, I knew that
heliports,
Wukong
glider
game was going
airports,
to. I already knew that. Well, they had like 2 point something million people playing it.
MSFS
Like the
24
highest
is the
or something like
first time
that.
you can exit the aircraft and walk around. So we added tons of detail everywhere on
Like
Earth.
2.2 or something like that. 2.2, 2.4, something like that.
And on top of that, we've added an all-new career system where you can pick from dozens of authentic aviation activities in a career. And
I will say though, if you've ever played Flight Simulator, just
and so you can be like a firefighter,
once,
or a firefighter.
it is a beautiful game.
Or
I will say that it is a beautiful game.
Passenger
like
airliner pilot. And
I'm just not the type to be like, yeah, let me flight simulate like that with everything. But I know why people do it. It is not. It's a beautiful game. I'll say that.
Fun in Flight Sim.
That is an insane amount of content. I also
it's
love
like
the landing challenges.
it's like that chill game where you just
get 1 point on them,
sit
but,
back
you know,
and just
the Xbox One team will laugh at me for it. But
just play
they are
something
so
calmly.
much fun to do.
Really.
But you may not be in Cologne in person this year, but I know you are very.
I put it at
keen
like
to share some goodies with the community. Can you tell
like
us what?
Flight Simulator or
one
like
of my greatest joys
racing simulators and stuff like that.
And to
I put those at
to
like
the community that has local relevance.
I won't say older,
remember last year,
but it's usually more of an older
EDDK,
generation
of
gamers
airport,
that
we launched it
enjoy
some
that
European
more
cities,
than like the
other
other like
DOX,
fast
big flying boats.
first person, third person, whatever. Like it's more like older.
We actually had scanned the city of
I put
Cologne,
it in a sense like gentlemen, you know,
and Düsseldorf,
that
and Dortmund, and Hanover. So
enjoy
really
these type
local
of games
cities.
like that.
And we had
they get very excited
the
for
Junkers
this.
F-13, the first all-metal
like most people
airliner in
won't
the
get
world.
excited for this.
And this year
at all.
we
Like I'm not really
all
that
in.
excited
So
for
I'm
this.
happy to
But
announce we're launching World Update
I'm not a
18,
simulator person, so
which is the
and
DACH
I'm also
region, so
that
Germany,
old.
Austria,
Like
and
that.
Switzerland. And we have assembled a huge amount of data
Do you
for
think
this.
there
So
will be
we have
games
we're launching
coming
all
out
new
for a
aerials.
while?
So these are basically the satellite and aerial imagery
was it
that we use for textures of the
Sparking,
landscape.
Black Ops 6.
And we're actually
I
using
don't
the
think
ones
Fable
that we're
comes
going
out
to
this year.
launch
So
in
there's
the
another one
next
that was
simulator
supposed to
in
come
November.
out this year.
But we wanted to give a preview to the community. And then
There's a
we
couple
have
other
all
Xbox
new
games
digital
that's supposed to come out,
elevation
too.
maps. They're called DEM. And on the top of that, we have photogrammetry cities. So these are the 3D cities.
I have to go back and look at their lineup again, but I know there's supposed to be a couple.
Frankfurt am Main.
And I know
So,
PlayStation's got some, and then you got
Hanau,
Star Wars that's
and
coming
then we have
out next
Berlin,
week.
Potsdam and Karo. So
There's a
sort of
bunch of other
northeast.
things. It's just
And then in Austria we have Linz.
it just I
Vienna,
guess it just
and
really depends
Salzburg.
on what you find hype.
And in Switzerland we have Bern and Zurich.
Because if you like nothing else
And
besides
on top of that, we have 116
Sparking Zero
what
to
we
use
call
hype, then, yeah, you're
POIs,
probably gonna be like
or
Sparking
places
Zero,
of
then Black
interest,
Ops
or points
6.
of interest, so famous places, and we made 9 more new missions that showcase sort of the environment and the region. It's one of the biggest updates we've ever done, and I can't wait to share it with the community.
It's been 2 hours.
And we've got a trailer, don't we, for everyone to check out? All right, let's take a look.
Hey, is that almost all their yapping that they're doing? See, I like that. That's kind of quick. Unless they come back and yap again too, but I hope not. I want to know what this project that they had they're gonna like introduce off. I hope it's like a good looking game, because right now it needs a good looking game. Like a good looking like AAA game that's gonna bring some hype. You know, I was just thinking about the other day that I would like a new game of Bully. Like I would like a new game of Bully from Rockstar. Like the old Bully games is dope. So it's like if you could have a new one of Bully, but set it as like a college, and then have like rival colleges that you guys could drive to and do whatever. Like instead of it just being like a middle school, high school sort of thing. Like if you did like that, that'd be dope. Like I could imagine like having like 6 or 7. Oh my god! You know what I thought about too? A Yu-Gi-Oh game, like an open world Yu-Gi-Oh game. Bro, that shit would be. Matter of fact, that shit would be wild. Why ain't nobody got on that? An open world Yu-Gi-Oh game? You don't play as a already established protagonist. You just play as yourself, create your own avatar, and then go in and have your PvP and all that shit on console, PC, and maybe even mobile. Like, why are we not doing that? Like, why are we not doing that? Unless they have something like that, and I just don't know. Chat, do they have something like that? And I don't know. But why are we doing that? Like, what the hell, bro? Yo, Yu-Gi-Oh deserves that. I mean, that's literally got open world sandbox game in on it. And go find other duelists from the actual anime. and duel them? Kind of RPG, bro? Like, why are we doing that? Like, why are we not taking notes? Like, bro, Konami, what are you doing? Like, listen to this. Listen. That would be so much money, and that'd also be another way to bring back Yu-Gi-Oh! Because low-key Yu-Gi-Oh's kind of been falling off a little bit. There are no open world. Well, I remember there was an it wasn't open world, but I remember there used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh! Online 2. There was Yu-Gi-Oh! Online 1 and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Online 2, and then they put it to Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. I think it was like dual.
And I hear this one hit close.
It was like 5Ds or something like that they rebranded into. But it was still like Yu-Gi-Oh! Online. It was just worse. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Online 2, I remember you could make an avatar and you could like walk around in the server rooms and like duel NPCs or other people.
In Heinstadt,
Like it had its own trading
which is near the area,
and everything in the game where it was a market that was.
My brother lives in.
I mean, it wasn't necessarily fair because you could get scammed. It also had dual phases where you had to pay to duel and stuff like it. It was
I grew up in,
pretty
kindergarten
wicked, to be quite honest.
And then
but
here's the house my mom grew up
they
in.
had
My
that at
brother
some
lives
point.
over there, so it's super cool.
They just haven't like evolved
It's amazing
from that.
always when I see
how
accurate everything is.
Yeah, and
like they really
imagine
should.
You can, now that you can
oh no,
go
they
walk
came back and
around
started
as
yapping
well with
again.
the
I
new
didn't realize
update.
that.
It's like you can really get into.
I was
that,
too
like,
busy
nitty-gritty
yapping myself, but they
detail.
came back and started
exactly. Yeah, I mean, it never ceases to amaze me, and we call that the digital twin. The whole goal is that we have a real one-on-one representation.
See, I never got into Bakugan. I really
the
low-key
world,
don't know what the hell
world is full of
Bakugan actually
sensors.
is.
So there's sensors
Like that
in
was like
satellites and
that was like after my time.
your phones, your cars,
really.
And we get
So
all this data.
it didn't have like any weight to me
whatsoever
whatsoever
it's
at all.
getting better and better over time.
So I never got into
so
it.
cool.
So I don't know how
and
good
now
that
we've
is
seen
or
the world
not. I just
update,
know that I
can we
remember
expect
it being a
new
cartoon
aircraft to go with it.
and
always, we
that was
call
really it. I think it kind of like
when we do a
reminded me
world update,
when I seen it. It kind of reminded me of Beyblade a bit or something.
Things in the history of aviation
Which
relative to
I don't know
that
why we
region.
don't have a
so for Germany,
Beyblade
we
game
did
either,
a
bro.
few
What the
already.
fuck?
We did 2 Junkers and 2 Donyers, and today,
Damn, we could have had
I'm
that.
very
Meta
proud to
bots.
announce a very special
Like nigga, there's a
game
whole
from
lot of
Bremen
shit from like the
called
early
the Focke-Wulf
2000s
200 Condor.
and like
And it
late
was
90s
first flown in
that legitly
1937,
could be
and
like
at the time,
fabulous
it
games
was the most
that we just never
sophisticated
got.
airliner in the world.
And we have the
And
technology
we
to
have a trailer.
actually do it now the right way. And they just like abandon it. But they're like, oh yeah, give them another Souls type game because that's what we want. Souls games. At this point, I feel like good Souls games that come out are just gonna get looked at and judged because they're gonna be like, well, it's not better than Elden Ring, or it's not better than this, or it's just they're just copying Elden Ring at this point. And like when it gets to like that point, that's when you should stop trying to make those games and move on to something else. How long is this trailer? Because please don't be too long. I'm sorry. What are those? Are those cables to connect the wing so the wing doesn't pop off or something?
Because I guarantee you, I won't be showing you.
John, thank you for subscribing to the channel, but like for real, hold on. Like, is that there to like change something on the wing? Inside of like the rotators or something like that, and that's just what it's there for? Because I'm sorry, but I don't think I could get in a plane that had that on top of it.
I have never
I just don't.
seen
I
that
don't think I
plane
could do it.
before in
I've been
my
on maybe
entire
like
life, but
4.
Can you unpack its significance for it being included in Microsoft Flight Sim?
Yeah, maybe like
Yeah,
4
thank you.
planes in my entire life.
Surprising because the plane, it came
I
out
just don't
in
know if I
1937.
could look down there and see that and be like, "What's them for?" Oh, that's just to help keep the wing
to New York.
from
that was the goal, to have
blowing
passengers in
off.
one go fly over the Atlantic. At the time,
I would like
typically
to
people
change
flew
my
in
flight.
seaplanes, and they had to take several stops.
I would like
so
to
this was the
change
first
my
one. The reason why it could do that is it was very
That's what
light
would happen.
for its size. It was only
Immediately.
17 tons, and it had Lots of they had 4 great engines, lots of
Oh
tanks,
my
and it
God,
flew
they
much higher than everybody
I just now
else
realized I was
did.
looking at the same dude
So
again.
typically planes at the time flew
Bro,
1,500 meters altitude.
enough.
This one flew 3,000.
Enough.
So you could go. The air is thinner,
Enough
less
of
resistance,
Flight
so you can go much
Simulator, man.
further.
We know about
So it
Flight
was a
Simulator.
major
Microsoft.
step forward.
Enough.
However, you know,
Just move on, man. We know who this is for.
Just disappeared from the skies.
Move the fuck on.
But, there's a really interesting.
We don't
story.
need no more of this.
In 1988, they actually found
Just move
the
it.
wreckage. The plane was considered lost. They found a wreckage near Trondheim in Norway. They raised it. Took 11 years till 1999, and it was not in good shape. Let's put it this way. And then there was a group of volunteers. They call themselves the Condorians, that basically rebuilt the entire plane from scratch.
I'm about to mute this shit really quick. Look, bro, first time I get up. Next, please. Next, please. Date and everything was better. Golly. Z's. Oh. Wait, no way. Are they taking off comments? Y'all seen that in real time, right? Are they literally taking off comments? Because that man said Z's and that shit was gone immediately. Bro, that's kind of crazy.
So much for joining us. I know you're really busy kind of getting the last bits for the update together, but you've got one cool announcement for everyone, don't you?
I don't know if I'll play it.
So
honestly,
World Update 18, the one we just talked about, is available right now. So the sky is calling. Go check it out in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Connected
and download
their
it
simulator
today. And just in
game
case you
into
didn't
one
know,
big game?
Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is
World
releasing
Simulator
on November 19th.
At that
And that's
point,
also
World
going to be
Simulator
available on Xbox Game Pass
Actually,
and Xbox Game Pass for PC.
you know
so
what?
everyone
To
get
be
their
fair,
hands on it. But
you're actually
thank you
onto
so
something
much for joining us, and
because
we'll see you here next year in Cologne.
GTA literally is
Thank you so
it's
much.
popular
It's good to see
now and stays popular
thanks
because
for
of
talking to us.
private server and being able to do those modded servers where people go in and actually have jobs and blah blah blah, which is one of my big things with GTA 6 online. Is it going to have like something created already in to where you can just already do your RPing? Like,
hi, I'm Coralie Fegnino, producer of Little Nightmares 3.
I'm just saying, you might be onto
We are
something.
very excited to have the game
You might be
playable
on
at
something.
GAMESCOM this year, but for all of you that can't be here,
You can
we
have your
wanted to
cop
give you a
simulator,
sneak peek at the
firefighter
demo,
simulator,
as well as
farmer
some
simulator,
key
plane
footage.
simulator, everything you want already in it. World simulator, fast food restaurant simulator.
Little Nightmares 3 tells the story of Flo and Alone,
I'm
two
just saying.
friends trapped within
Robber
a spiral
simulator.
to cluster of disturbing
Bank
places.
heist simulator. You can have it all in there. SWAT simulator,
They will have to
military
work
simulator
together
into
to
it
survive
too.
in this dangerous world full of delusions
Be
and
interesting.
escape the nowhere.
And you got your car simulator in there. Taxi simulator.
While Little Nightmares
Hey,
3
you might
is
be-
still
you might be-
playable in
hold on, you
solo
might
with
be
an
on
AI,
something.
you'll
Full-on
also
world
be able
simulator?
to play with a friend in
Might
online
be on
co-op
something.
and face your childhood fears together.
I'd be in that bank denying loans. Diabolical. That, first of all, if you're an adult, right then and there, you hearing that alone, you already do. I'm like, oh, that was diabolical. Like, like that's diabolical. Sorry, denied. Why? I don't like
Here
you.
for this
Denied.
walkthrough, we have our two characters, Lo with the Raven mask and
Nope.
the blue cape, and Alone with the
Nope.
green jumpsuit
It
and
says
the
here
red
you could
keys.
pay this loan back, but
Each
denied.
character is equipped with their own iconic
Wow.
item.
I didn't like your breath.
Alone has a wrench that will have a variety
Get on out
of
here.
usages, like for example, activating
Diabolical.
mechanisms.
That'd be the biggest W game of all time, probably. Wait, is this the Little Nightmare stuff?
Lo's iconic item is a bow. It can be used to solve puzzles and make new paths when the road seems blocked. To survive in this dangerous world, teamwork would be
Excuse me.
essential, as Lo and Alone will have to work together to keep moving forward. During the game, our two friends will find new items to help them progress. Necropolis is a peculiar place. Raised from the desert sands and powered by gusting winds, it has been described as a city of eternal energy and certain death. It is a weird place that used to be inhabited by the dwellers.
Interesting.
As you can see, the ancient metropolis is now more of a ghost town, and it is unclear what happened to its inhabitants. Monster Baby, one of the new residents of Little Nightmares 3. She might have something to do with what happened to Necropolis and the people that used to live here.
She ate him?
It seems that crows are not the only living inhabitants left. And to defend themselves against this threat, Law and Elon have to work together and find new uses for the items. Well, night has fallen on Necropolis. It's the first time ever that we show this part of the game. As you can see, the mood in the real city has changed quite a bit.
Yeah, you don't say? Dark as hell.
Monster Baby doesn't sleep through the night. Not sure we want to become one of her toys. We should probably avoid her gaze and play hide and seek behind the blocks.
Kind of intense, man. About to get spotted.
It should be safe here. That's it for now. Thank you all for watching this gameplay walkthrough. We can't wait to show you more about the game.
Was that it? Okay.
Little Nightmares 3 will be available in 2025 on Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Windows PC. Wishlist the game now to make sure you don't miss any news.
Well, that was a spooky new look at Little Nightmares 3, which is coming to Xbox in 2025. So now it's time to go to the vault with Skyline Valley out now and the Milepost Zero update launching very soon. Our next guest has plenty to chat about. Here to give us more on the latest from Fallout 76.
That's not what you
Please
needed to
welcome
say,
Milepost
man.
Zero creative
Oh, he
director,
looked like a yapper.
John Rush. John,
awesome.
Thank you so much for joining me. How are you today?
Oh, great. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Heck yeah, let's talk some Fallout, shall we?
Let's do it.
So first up, a huge part of the Fallout franchise and also Bethesda as a whole is community involvement and the impact that they actually have on yourselves, if that's fair to say. Can you tell me a little bit more about what that impacts your development timeline from the community involvement?
Sure, yeah, that's a great question. You know, I've said it before, Bethesda Game Studios has the best community in gaming. They're so great at giving feedback, saying what's not working, saying what they'd like to see.
Bro, they ain't so great at giving
so
feedback.
The team always
we
makes
just
sure to
pissed off
stay
when
on
some games
top of all
don't
that
fucking
feedback,
work the way
whether
that
it's
they
on
should.
Reddit or Discord
That's
or
not-
whatnot. And
That's
what
not
we do is
being
we
great
kind of boil it down
in the
to
community. That's just
large
voicing
strokes,
your
bigger
fucking
trends,
frustrations
right?
on a game that was
and
ass when
what
it first
features
came
can we
out.
make to satisfy these
It's not
things
the
that
same
players
thing.
want, and how do they fit
It's
across across the timeline
So
while
don't lump that in
satisfying
together.
our builders
Like that's
and
the
our
same thing.
adventurers alike.
It's truly not.
Nice. I mean, you
It's truly
mentioned
not.
Reddit just there, and I'm really curious how
Like,
you
don't get me wrong, the
actually
game's in a
use
good
those
state
sites
now.
or maybe other corners
And
of the
most of the player
internet
base
to
is actually
actually
pretty
take
friendly.
the feedback from the
But
community and then put that in the game.
Don't do that.
What does that
Don't
look
be
like
like, oh,
for you
yeah,
and the
it's
team?
so good.
Well,
Give
I'd
feedback.
like to
No,
outline
we're
some
like,
sort of
fix your
really
fucking game.
cryptic process, but it's really just
different.
on my phone going down the post and remembering, oh yeah, somebody said that. But you know, it's more than
Is
just
PlayStation gonna have a
reading the
game show?
feedback. It's
I
also
honestly,
being
I have
able
no
to
idea.
look at that feedback through the lens of a player. So
Smelling mad
we
hard
all
like you
play
can't
the
wait
game
yet.
on the
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I
speaking
seen
for
it, but I was like,
myself,
oh, he can't
multiple
wait.
high-level
He's
characters
been
I've
waiting
gone through the
this
game
long
to
to
try
yap.
different things.
And when she said it has a lot to
Multiple
talk
new
about, I was like,
characters fresh out of the vault to try different
yeah.
things. So
You could
looking at
tell.
that feedback that we get from players through the lens of players ourselves, and kind of.
I hope it
trusting
ain't worse
ourselves
than
to
Blizzard,
make
but you
those-
got to
the
remember
right
this
choices
is
for the game.
Nice.
what
Showing
Xbox
off
bought.
quite a
So
few high-level characters there.
this
I
man's
see
is
you.
probably gonna
we
yap
were-
a good
By
little
the
bit.
way, I made those myself. I
Well
wasn't giving
done.
them. Thank you.
No, that's very good. We were chatting before about one of your latest characters, your ventures.
Chatting?
Care
We
to
were
tell us
yapping.
Or share with the viewers about the captain.
Oh yes, the latest character sometimes shows up on the socials, and that's Captain Nuke McCloud.
Nice.
And Captain Nuke McCloud lives up to his name and loves to drop nukes. So we get the community together, and they follow me around while I drop nukes, and we just have a lot of fun.
I'll stay out of the way of those servers. That's avoid the nukes.
Yep.
What is the reaction from the community that you see when you do take those comments, that feedback, and actually put it in the game? What's it like seeing the reaction to those from the community?
I think it's great. It's
Bro,
the
it's been
type
2
of
hours
feedback
and
that we kind of
34
get
minutes.
over time, right? Because it's not so much.
Yeah, it is
picking
a yap, bro.
specific
It is
thing
a
like,
yap
I want a
sesh.
neon green wig or something like that. It's looking.
Nah,
I'm
we
looking
won't
for
do
more
another
things
50-minute
to
yap
do
sesh,
at
bro.
the end of the
I don't
game.
think we
want
got
more
it in us.
challenging
I don't think the
experiences.
chat
as
for
those
them have it
features
in them
kinda
either.
come out further down the road,
Like
we
a 50-minute
see,
yap
that
sesh?
positivity
Nah,
from
bro.
Players reflected back
I don't
at
think
us
so.
through comments and feedback.
That's really cool. I mean, yeah, I
was
love
gonna say, what
some,
happened to the
character creator
New
options
Vegas
as well.
or
So maybe a
Riot?
neon green wig would be great, but that can wait as well. We've got plenty. to
76
do
has been
in
dead for 2
Skyline
years.
Valley at the moment as well, and with that came the first new map expansion for
At
the base
crossplay,
game.
or
Can
we
you tell
leave
me
it.
what that means to you and the team and to the game itself about having that map expansion?
Goodness gracious,
Absolutely.
man.
So I've been referring to it as a map mutation.
Nice.
Kind of keeping it within the vein of
Do they
Fallout,
only
but
read the
what I've
positive
come to
feedback?
learn over
Yes.
the years is that,
Yes.
you know, players really
Like,
love to play on the
yes,
Appalachia
it's
map.
very-
Appalachia in our game.
I hate to
is
say
really
it, but
kind of
at
the
times
main
it's very
character. We
rare
were introduced
for
to Appalachia when the
Bethesda
first
to
game
really
first
like
came
own
out,
up
and
to
it's
their
really
mistakes.
changed since then, and all the all the
Especially
updates
with
we've had.
big mistakes
So,
like this
knowing
wasn't
that
first.
players
They
really
don't
like
get
to
me wrong,
stay
they
in
turned it
Appalachia
around.
and
But
experience that, we wanted
at first they
to
tried to play it.
give
They
them
tried to play it off,
opportunities to continue telling their own
and
stories.
it wasn't working. The
using
community wasn't
Skyline
going
Valley
for
as a
it.
reference,
So then they were
they have more
forced
places to build,
to make
more
it better.
places to adventure, and also
And
using Skyline
now they just
Valley
keep
for a way
adding to it
further
while
the
it's
story
at this
of
point
Appalachia
now where it's
itself,
like
telling
we
our
don't really
own
give a
stories for the
fuck
players to
about
experience.
Fallout 76.
So
Fallout fans,
the
we
idea
just
from
want
Skyline Valley
remasters
came
of the
from
old
Vault
games
63. It
and
was
give
really
us a teaser
mysterious
for
what was going
Fallout
on
5.
there. So we were
Okay.
thinking, what should this new region look like?
And
What's
you
about
got
Vault
us hooked for like
63?
a
And that's
couple
dark
more
and
years
mysterious. So let's make this
until
region dark and
Fallout 5
mysterious.
comes out.
And so that's kind of where the
Or if they
tone
give
of
another
the new space
Dishonored or
came
something.
from, and the
Yeah.
thought behind it.
Yeah, I mean,
I never really
I
cared
think
about
it's
Dishonored all
the
that much, but I know most
mission,
people do.
The pre-update mission that you do, and you go to that massive, big manor house, and like literally just looks like hellfire
Yeah, something
everywhere
like that.
around, and it is very much dark and mysterious.
It's
but
been
also
it's
very fun
been
to
around.
explore. What other
Like it
things
has
in
been
Skyline
around.
Valley, what other game features were added with this new update, the latest one?
Game features added with Scott. Well, there's a new horrible creature walking around called the Thrasher, which is just awful.
Yeah.
this big turkey abomination, which is a lot of fun to see.
Like,
we've also got a new boss.
they're
in there that's triggered by
supposed to
nukes,
be
the trifecta
on record
terror,
of actually
the
having
trio,
a Fallout 3
Goliath,
remastered
which are
and
really
even
fun
I
to
think
fight. They play
New
off
Vegas
one another,
remastered when
which
they
is
said
kind
it
of
on
a
their
new
like
mechanic.
earnings
You
call
kill
and
one,
stuff
the
like
other
that.
two
It
get
was kind of like
stronger. You
leaked
kill
out.
one of them, and the last
I think
one
it was
gets
like
really
last year or
strong,
something like
so
that. It got
that's
leaked
fun.
out
Yeah,
like
that is
late
fun.
last
And
year or
also
something.
terrifying. That's
That was,
great.
or it might have been early
And
this
then
year. I
also
can't
with
remember.
Vault
But it was
63,
like
we've got
it got leaked out with a
bunch of
whole
ghouls in
lot of
there
stuff that
too,
they
which
had
is,
playing out. I think
fun.
there was
And
even
speaking of ghouls,
I want to say Oblivion or something like that, a remaster and stuff. So it was like people were looking for that during the Xbox Game Showcase that they had earlier. Well, what, like a month or two ago? Yeah, like 2 months ago now.
Recite it already, probably dreaming about it.
Didn't happen. So people were expecting it a little bit later on, and now if it ain't gonna be here, like if that new project ain't that, then I would assume that maybe next year, or best case scenario, December 6th for the game showcase. Well, excuse me, not the game showcase, but the Game Awards.
Players coming in having fresh new Fallout experiences
maybe something there.
Yeah, that's such a good point. You're so right. I think I was.
But this game, like this game, could stop getting updates. To be quite honest, they need to focus on other
immediately
things.
Feeling that same feeling that I had playing Fallout 4 when that first launched. I mean, I used to fall asleep. This is really sad, but I used to fall asleep listening to Diamond City Radio at nighttime. But yeah, the TV show just encapsulates everything. You're so right. And with that success, how has that like been reflected in Fallout 76 as well? We've seen some, maybe some new jumpsuits added, vault suits. What other parts has influenced the game?
Sure. So with the show, we made very
I'm not gonna lie,
offerings that had
like in the world of like a host, like the hosts are doing their job,
really love, and they're very Fallout
but
thematic to
they're like they're
Fallout, so
W
it's great
hosts.
to
But
add
at this
those.
point in time, I think most people are like, just keep the yapping to a
the
minimum.
reception the show has gotten, it's
And
really
low key, they kind of
sort
ain't
of
keeping no damn.
emboldened us to
Actually, not
continue
low key.
taking the
That's
game in the
that's
direction
wild
we
to say that.
have been. It's
High
sort of
key,
fortified,
they're not keeping it.
in our brains, the decisions
the
that we've
yapping
been
to a
making,
minimum.
that are very
And we need
true
the
to
yapping to a
Fallout,
minimum.
and it's really got us pumped for what's coming up down
Especially
the road.
since they've showed like what 6, maybe 7 games now.
From the show?
Yeah.
It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, or 35 minutes, really.
Yeah, it's great.
2 hours and 35 minutes.
Thaddeus is good. I like
Kinda
all the
crazy.
characters, but Thaddeus had me laughing. Yeah.
Stunning. Now, we've mentioned a wee bit about Skyline Valley,
A
but
wee bit?
obviously we have Milepost Zero coming up very soon. What can players look forward to in this new update coming?
Milepost Zero is a really exciting update.
I feel like
Of
I
course,
could
we've
literally
got
get
the
up, use the
caravans that
bathroom,
we've
and come
been
back, and they'll
talking
still be
about. I was
yapping about
watching
this. Matter of
players
fact,
play
that's
just
what I'm
back
gonna do.
there, which was a lot of fun. Caravans is awesome. We've also got a new legendary crafting system, which gives players a lot more agency into making specific gear they want for their builds, gives them a bit more control. And we've got best builds, which is a great step forward for our builders, and being able to connect them so they can share their builds in game much easier and show appreciation to one another. If you run across a best build camp that you like, you give it a thumbs up, and upvoted camps with most thumbs up get featured on multiple servers across Appalachia, so it's really cool.
That sounds sick. I'll definitely be challenging myself. I love games like Fallout, and then also in Elder Scrolls Online, and then I love building in The Sims as well. So yeah, definitely I'll be building and maybe taking some inspo from the rest of the community as well. That sounds awesome.
Cool.
I can't wait for that. Now, you mentioned as well, you've seen some of the fans playing it here on the booth at Gamescom, and then also in the public test server just now. How have you found the reaction? Are people happy with it? Are you excited? Have you been taking notes as well?
It's great. I think overall they're really excited. Again, it goes back to giving our players the tools and the agency to make their own stories in the game. So what better stories are you going to come up with than running the perilous route of Skyline Drive while being assaulted by giant thrasher turkeys and raiders, doing caravans with your friends? It's just super cool.
Yeah, there's some many new adventures to look forward to. That's so sick. Now, can't wait for Milepost Zero, but John, is there anything else that you want to share with me today maybe?
Maybe there is. We've talked about Milepost Zero quite a bit. Yes. Milepost Zero is awesome. We know that's coming out pretty soon, September 3rd. We've got Ghouls coming out early next year. What's in between? We've got an exciting update coming out this December. This December, players get to experience the Gleaming Depths.
Heck yeah.
Raids the Gleaming Depths. This is an in-game experience for our most hardcore adventurers, full of nasty bosses that are tough to take down, big challenges, teamwork. It's great. And once players get to the end of it, if they live to tell the tale, they get a chance at getting 4-star legendary weapons, power armor, and gear.
Sick. I love that exclusive. Let's go. Gleaming Depths. I cannot wait to try that out. I'll have a lot of grinding to do, but yeah, maybe the captain can come in and help me out, level my character up. Love that so much. John, I've got one more question that I'd love to know the answer for. Would you rather eat a fried rad roach or some glowing fungus stew?
So I'm not going to get into specifics, but I kind of already have a preference from past experience. I have had glowing rad roach before. I was at the show premiere. It was absolutely fantastic. I would never turn down the opportunity to have that again. So glowing rad roach.
Glowing rad roach.
Absolutely.
There we go. We heard it here. John, thank you so much for chatting with me, and thank you for joining us. Now, fans obviously won't have to wait long at all for the next Fallout 76 update. Milepost Zero launches September 3rd. Check out Xbox Game Pass to play Fallout 76, as well as a metric ton of other titles right now. Remember, with Xbox Game Pass, you can get new games on day one, like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th, play some of the biggest games of the year, and unlock partner benefits from our pals at Riot Games and EA Play. And if you're not already a Game Pass member, what are you doing? Join now and get your first month of PC Game Pass for $1
Oh, are they not
or
yapping anymore? I'll be
€1.
damned.
This offer won't last long, so
I'll be
act
damned.
now. So coming up, we have the team from Towerborn stopping by to walk us through their latest gameplay demo. But first, it's the latest from Planet Coaster 2.
Who? One of them is gonna barf.
When I walk outside with my head in the clouds, everywhere I
Oh, he didn't get on with her? L Mans. You know what I just thought about? This is gonna be copyright claim. L copyright claim music. L copyright claim music. Took me a minute. Might as well let it play now. Again, a very popular genre that's probably going to do well. Coming fall 2024.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director at Frontier
No.
Developments. I hope you enjoyed the trailer for Planet Coaster 2. I'm here to show you a bit more about the game. Let's dive in.
I swear to you, if he goes on a panel too and he's yapping.
Planet Coaster is a creative management simulation game where players can build their dream
What
coaster
did I
park,
come back to?
manage that park, and then share their creations
Yeah,
with others. In Planet Coaster 2, we have new water park features. We have deeper creativity, new management tools,
Ciao.
and the possibility of building a park
I'm not
with a
gonna lie,
friend,
these are some
one player
professional
at a time,
yappers.
by sharing a save.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to
To
you,
celebrate our new
professional
water park
yappers.
features and new creative tools, we're going to be adding a new flume to this pool area of our park for our guests to enjoy. We're going to be doing that by going down to our flume section, and we're going to be adding a brand new flume. We have a number of different flumes or slides that you'll be able to build in the game.
That's funny.
One of which will be our body flume, which is what we're going to place in our pool area. Before we build the flume itself, we're going to need to build a flume platform for our guests to enter the flume from.
Yeah, it almost
So we're
looks
gonna
like I'm
build our
playing.
platform, and then we have a number of different start pieces that will our guests will use to enter the flume. We have our kind of standard open flume piece, as well as different special types of pieces. We have a flume vertical start piece for our guests to enjoy, which is a trapdoor piece where our guests will get in, and then the trapdoor will open up and they will drop through into the flume. As we're building our flumes, we can see that our test dummy is coming as well. It will follow the flume pieces as we're adding them, and then give us the excitement, fear, and nausea rating.
Look at
of our
all them
flume,
damn
and then give us
lawsuits!
feedback on where this is going to be an enjoyable experience for our guests. And for this flume, we have a number of different flume pieces. We have open pieces and we have enclosed pieces. So we're going to add an
Bruh, all of that
enclosed
scream
piece
lawsuit.
to this flume. We also have
Every
different
last
types of pieces.
come on, you
one
know
of which is
somebody
our
gonna
transparent
be
piece.
bigger,
So we're going to add a
and they're gonna get a
transparent piece to our
whole lot of
flume so we
speed.
can
They
see our
go
guests as they come
across
down
that whole
these
damn
flumes
thing.
for them to enjoy. We also have a number of end pieces that you can put on your flume, including run-out lanes. But for the end of this body flume, I think we'll be adding one of our plug hole pieces, which is one of our special end pieces. So we're going to place that down, and now that's in place, we're going to edit the way that our flume looks. So we can go to our customization tab and change the different color options on our flumes. Flumes in real life have a very striking stripy pattern. And what
I'm sorry, is that at some water parks? Hold on, is this shit at water parks now?
So we can
where you
change
just
our
like go
flume,
around this little
special
thing? Do you
pieces and
just
start pieces to be
in the water?
A nice green for our guests to enjoy. We can change the color of our second segment of our flume to be a complementary green.
Is that
change this
thing?
purple area to be
yellow? Oh, wouldn't go on
and then
that.
finally change the last segment of
Especially
this
not the
flume to
first
be,
piece and then like
a
that
nice black
middle
as well.
piece that they had. You just drop it in the water
At the
like
moment,
that,
our
or you
flume
just
does
drop
look
it on
good,
your
but I think
damn
we can make
head
it
on the
even,
concrete?
better and more attractive for our guests by adding scenery to the platform around it. So let's add a few rubber rings to really make it thematic to the experience that our guests will be having as they enjoy this flume. Now that's in place, we need to add an entrance to our flume for our guests to get onto the platform. So we're going to
that's
add
wild,
our
bro.
flume stair piece so that our guests can get up onto the platform and enjoy the flume.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how they gonna get up there? I guess it's kind of cool that these are mapped to like where they can overlap and they can go anywhere. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, I thought that was
finished and looking good and ready for our
a
guests to
damn
enjoy.
lightning rod for a second. I was like, I'm sorry, you gonna put a lightning rod on that too? Oh, you just asking for lawsuit.
To make a park that is truly unique and yours.
Bro, you can make some of the most you can make a whole diabolical
Thank you for joining me.
water park where everybody just catching you just catching lawsuits, bro.
Hello, I'm Mike Laidlaw, Chief Creative Officer at Yellow Brick Games, and welcome to the world of Eternal Strands, a new fantasy action adventure game where the world around you is your weapon. In Eternal Strands, you will embark on your journey as a young, magic-wielding weaver named Bryn. She seeks to unravel the secrets of the Enclave, a once thriving center of magic.
They be using Enclave for a lot of shit. You know that? I swear the Enclave somewhere for real. Like, man, us again? Man, y'all can't think of nothing else?
In your expeditions with their various skills.
Welcome to Shaft City Water Park. There you go.
Worked hard for this, and I have faith in you.
Select your next
Run
quest
down, beat
and
up,
customize your
toe
gear
up.
before venturing out through the Loom Gate on your way to discover the fate of these shattered lands. In the Enclave, you can climb and interact with nearly everything you see. The mantle, the magical cloak on your back, grants you control over frost, flame, and kinetic magic. Combine these elements in creative ways to manipulate the environment to your advantage and defeat your foes. But the Enclave's foes come in all sizes. Behold, an Ark. This colossal 25-meter construct wields immense power. Pick your battles. Rather than risking your loot, return to base camp. A day has passed. Reforge your gear with your hard-earned resources to even the odds against the mighty epics. No two battles are the same, as epics roam freely between maps, and extreme weather alters the battlefield in this true physics playground. Harvesting strands from these formidable adversaries allows you to weave new abilities into your mantle. With new powers at your command, and the world is your weapon, you hold the key to uncovering the mysteries of the Enclave. Take
Is
up
this
lament
Soulsy?
in Eternal Strands.
Is this Soulsy? Is this a Soulsy game? And it ain't coming to Game Pass. You got to pay for that mode. Build your train. Up to 4 players. We got Pokemon in here too? I know we ain't got another Power World on our hands, but it's Train World. Quarter 1 to Game Pass. Power World fell off. It did fall off. It fell off hard. I don't remember anything.
Got a deep dive into
I don't think I got
of Eternal Strands and Look Avoid Train, which is
I don't know
coming
how-
to Game Pass
I don't think I
early
got
next year,
super high
so
up
get
there
ready.
when I
But
played it.
first,
I don't think I
seems
did,
like
but I know I
only
played for
yesterday we
maybe
were
like
here
2
at
weeks and
Gamescom
then
enjoying the
I was
first
done.
Towerborn demo. Now, a year later, the game is nearly ready for prime time. Joining me now with more is Stoic CEO and President Tricia Scoffer, Game Director Daniel McLaren, and Co-Founder and Chief Creative Officer Arnie Jorgensen.
Oh, 3 of them? Oh,
it's fantastic. We're
that's
so excited
triple
to be
the
back.
yap.
The crowd has been exceptional.
Hey,
as always.
chat, P
And
break.
the booth's been full, and
Uh,
players are just enjoying
yo, what's good, my guy?
themselves. A lot of
P break,
excitement, a
chat.
lot of smiles on their faces, and we're just happy to always have
Hey,
the
if you
game
need
in
a
the
pee
hands
break
of the
right
players.
now,
Yeah, it's been amazing at Gamescom this year.
you need
So
to-
many
you need a
people,
bathroom
but
break right
it's
now.
also been a huge week for you guys.
food run?
Tell me a bit more about it.
Absolutely.
you
On
need to run
Tuesday,
to the
we
kitchen,
announced that we will
grab
be
some
on
snacks.
early access on Steam on September
Do so?
10th.
Yep.
And we're
'Cause
coming to
this is about
game
that time
preview
right now.
on Xbox and Windows PC in
Triple the yap.
2025.
Matter of fact,
really
you need to
not
go
that
get you some
far away
gas
as
at the
well.
gas
19
station.
days.
And
you
I'm
could
also so
li-
excited because we've got a
I
demo that
shit
we're going to be
you not.
playing. But
You
McLaren,
could
can
probably
for
go
those
to the
that
gas
haven't
station.
seen
Hell,
Towerborn
you could
yet,
probably
can
go
you
to
give us the
McDonald's
elevator pitch? Why
and
is
ask
this
for a
game
milkshake.
Going to be so much fun to
You know
play?
the machine gonna be down,
it's the
but you can ask
quintessential
for it,
side-scrolling
get your
brawler,
order,
which you see
and
generally
come
in like
home,
a smaller
and I
single-player, shorter
guarantee
experience
they
game.
still gonna be
We've
yapping
decided
about this game.
why not make this a bigger game? Why not put
Guaranteed.
in sweet loot drops? Why not let your friends play together, collect
Just
cool
saying,
stuff, and
they
kill
on a
bigger
panel.
enemies, and then brag
You know what
about
it means.
So that's basically what
You know
we
what it
built.
means when you're on a
It's what we
panel.
all love to do as well.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons I'm so excited to hop into this demo as well, because I got to play it here last year, and honestly, I love these type of games like
Day
World of
two? Yeah, it
Warcraft.
is
I
day
brought up
two.
on, but going into
Hopefully there's not a
Towerborn,
day 3.
I'm a little bit competitive, and we've also got 3 different characters on screen.
Go to
So I
Waffle.
think,
I'm
Arnie,
telling
if
you,
kind of
you
talk
could.
us through
You
what
sit
each of
down.
us can
Have you a
do,
good
the
meal,
different abilities
and
that
come
we've
back.
got.
Sure.
And they still gonna be
everyone's just kinda
talking
messing around
about-
this first screen
about
before
this
we
right
get
here.
too deep. But we're going to be going to early access with 4 different classes. Here we see the Shadow Striker. She's got dual daggers, and she can move about the screen really quickly and do high damage. Then we also have the Sentinel with the sword and shield. He can block, and he can also parry. So if done at the correct time, you raise your shield, bang, they become dizzy. And then we got the Pyro class here with the War Club. Big, slow, heavy damager that can fight through damage. So that's the 3 that we've got right here. We're not showing off the Rock Breakers, which, oh, I'm sorry.
No, I do have it.
That's not daggers. That's the Rock Breakers with the giant clubs.
I know, this is the thing. I was
what
like-
we're not showing is the dual daggers. That's right, the Shadow Striker. I'm sorry.
No, I'm actually quite excited because I have seen Trisha
Done, bro.
use the fist before,
Yeah.
right? And I was like,
When there's
she's doing
4
a lot of
yet, oh
damage.
my
So
god,
I
it
was
looks like I'm on the
that's
panel
what I'm
talking
playing
on the
now.
other side
So
right now.
I've also
By the way, I
got
apologize
a-
for all
is it
my
an
other
ombre above me?
stars over here that's going to be
An
yapping
umber?
for a good little bit of time. I
An umber.
apologize
An umber.
because they don't
And
know
so
how to shut up,
how
and
does
I
that
do.
work?
So the Umber is part of your loadout. We're going to be launching with about 9 different Umber and then adding them as we go through early access. But all the different Umber give you different abilities. Some could do damage, some could do healing. So we see 3 different Umber here today, and we'll see what they do.
Well, I'm quite excited. And how do I trigger? Is that with my right trigger?
That's with your
Okay.
right trigger. Now, if you press your right bumper, that's when you're going to do this massive damage punch.
Oh. Okay. So I don't want to use that. So that's the little thing on the bottom of the screen, isn't it? When you can kind of see the bar.
So the orange bar, if you look at your HUD up there, the orange bar, as that fills up, that will be your right bumper button. That's the special ability.
Okay.
The 3 little pips down at the bottom, when those turn blue, if you hold your left trigger and hit your light attack or your heavy attack, it will do one of 2 special abilities and consume one of those pips.
Okay, nice. All right, should we go forward to our our first fight? Right, I'm kind of just.
Good luck, man.
All right, I'm going in first. It's not because I'm trying to do the most damage, I promise.
There's a lot of different things to remember for each class, but for now, just have fun playing. You'll learn the class
nice.
over the hours of playtime.
And there's combos, isn't there, that you can do? So you kind of want to set it up to do the most. And
that's right.
The little bar on the bottom. How do I get that to charge faster?
Just by hitting things, or by completing combos. By completing combos, it's going to fill up much faster, and that's your weapon meter.
How do I know my combos? Is it just mixing up fast and heavy attacks, or?
Yeah, it's a combination of using your light and your heavy. It's a 4-button combo system, so any combination of those 4 buttons will do different things. And if you hold down X, you can launch enemies into the air, get up there and do some aerials. Ooh, nice, coming in and stealing my kill, Benny. I appreciate that.
I would never do. I'm not a kill thief.
Oh,
I am just getting involved.
I am.
I think I just looked at my schedule and stuff, and I think I might have a sick
I'm not sure
day.
that the people watching here know that there's a friendly rivalry going on right here. We're actually tracking damage done in this, so we can see if Benny can beat Trisha and McLaren.
Don't know what you're
All
on
I'm
about.
saying is, I might be able to watch
no, I've just missed.
the live stream tomorrow for the worldwide celebration.
If you win, you basically be a professional gamer.
I just got to see. As soon as it updates tonight, I just have to see it. If I can, I'm watching.
Right, there we go. No, I'm good now.
If I can, we're back in business. If I can, we're back in business.
A professional gamer. So.
Hey, can you
oh my God, we're back in business. I'm glad I looked at that.
Absolutely.
Oh, you just stopped
We might be
getting
back
up.
in business.
Yes, sir.
If you hit him early enough, you can whack him pretty
for
quickly.
it.
It's like whack-a-mole.
Oh, I'm excited.
How you doing over there, Benny?
I think I'm doing good.
You know, this game,
I've done a lot of
I kind of
damage
like
and
the
hit my
side-scroll
combos.
beat-em-ups.
Oh no, I've just missed. I keep wasting my.
Because I grew up with a Nintendo and Double Dragon, and I really liked Double Dragon
falling behind.
growing up.
Man,
I don't know
Trisha's
what it
got the
was,
best
but man, I
weapon.
really
That's
like Double
spin to
Dragon.
win. That's normally my weapon.
Trisha's
I know they
actually
remastered
playing
or
for his
something
I know,
like
it's
that.
so irritating.
Or made another one.
Trisha's
That's
really
true.
good with the
Bro,
rock
I am.
breaker.
Maybe you haven't seen my
what the hell's
stats on
going
all the
on?
weapons yet, but
I
I
ain't getting
played them all.
nothing.
Don't you worry.
All right, hold on. There's a couple more people over here. I'm determined.
Too slow.
Okay, wait. So right now, I'm actually quite low on health. I've taken a lot more damage.
Well, that's
Just
okay.
has taken none.
I've got you here. If you come up a bit, there's a healing shrine.
Oh, yes.
And that'll just get everybody refreshed. Because get ready.
So hold on one
All right,
second.
hold on. Let's wait a second.
But if you did die,
Right.
Yeah, so the way the death works in this game, when you die, your Umbra's going to come over and it's going to res you. But if you run out of lives, then it takes your teammates to res you, and it's oftentimes hard. If they take damage while doing it, then you're dead. But I want to talk really quickly. We've come into this mission for a reason. We're in this mission because we we heard that there was a boss in the area. So I think we're on its trail, and we'll see what happens here as we enter the next cave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Are you ready? Are you McLaren, are you sure you're ready?
Here we go.
Let's go.
Are you sure? All right.
Let's go.
All right, wait. No, you know where we're going.
Hold on, I gotta look this up for a second.
All right, there we go. No,
I gotta look this up. I'm confused, bro.
Now, if you notice, there's a break bar at the bottom of the screen right under the health bar of the boss. McLaren, tell us a little bit about that.
So it's a quintessential break bar. The minute you break it, it will stun the boss and allow you to go into a punish phase. And so, oh, geez, man, it's always those rocks, always in the face. I know. So now he's in a broken phase, so now you can just do all of your combos, do all of your damage.
Pummel him.
Yeah, this is where you really get.
This is where you get your damage.
This is where you get the numbers up.
I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Get your numbers up.
There we go. I need to use my ombre.
On WrestleMania stage, and these people still be yapping. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I don't know why I'm calling it an ombre.
I think I'm officially changing it to
we're literally doing
ombre.
No, they really don't. No, they really don't know how to read the room. They really think that everybody's like waiting for yapping.
It's like damage.
And low key, it's like all we want to do is just see more and more and more games and gameplay of it. And that's it. Like, we're getting gameplay is great. Like, I don't mind when they're yapping with gameplay
Oh my God, there's
of
so
us
many
actually
rocks getting
seeing
thrown
it.
at my head,
But
mate.
when we don't see gameplay and they're just yapping, it's different. And this doesn't seem too bad,
There we go.
to be fair.
Oh, no, I've just wasted. No.
This is
Oh, are they
type of
playing right
fight,
now?
As you would expect in any game like this, that if you beat a boss, you're going to get
Oh, no,
really
they're-
good gear.
wait.
You're going to get
I'm confused.
great
Is
weapon
one of them
drops,
playing right
aspect
now?
drops, which are gems or mods that you can slot into your equipment. But this is the type of fight that you want to go into and get or beat, because this is where you get the good stuff.
Yep.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
I've just done. By the way, I've just done so much for us there.
Did you really?
I've just taken out like 10 ads.
Well, we're
Benny's
gonna find
carrying
out.
the team. He's carrying the team.
Yeah, he really is.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I've taken the bots down to quarter life.
What I found though is I apparently only get 1 damage for every
Oh, I think they
single one of
are.
these kills. So I've just
Okay,
put
that's
it
kinda
out
cool
there that I'm
that
just
they're
doing-
actually
I'm
playing.
being a team player.
I see.
Yeah.
And it's not because I think I'm behind on the damage curve.
Oh, Jiminy, I rolled right into it, too.
Get good
I think
with
I know
that.
better. Look at that. First death, who does that belong to?
Oh, that's kind of dope.
I know how to play this game, I
Oh, you might
promise,
wanna
folks.
come.
I'm working on it, I'm working on it.
All right, here we go.
There it is. Unload.
There we go, we got him, we got him.
Go. On this phase.
That's it.
Oh,
Don't let him
yeah,
jump,
let's
don't let him
go.
jump.
All right, now the moment of truth.
I don't think we need to take a look at the
I
damage.
think we do.
I don't think. You know what we're basing this off? Eliminations. Let me know, like in the chat, if we should base it off eliminations or not.
F in chat for Benny.
I don't want to look at my stats.
There we go.
Oh, they were playing.
Damage
Oh, I'm sorry, what's going on?
12,000.
Let's go.
Okay, see, that's not bad.
That's okay, Benny. You can play again later.
Can we like? Oh, come on! I know there's something wrong. I defeated way more than 9 enemies.
Did you though?
I swear I did.
Did you though?
Well, that's
They played the game once or twice. But hold on a second. So this right here is the combat that we're showing here on the show floor.
Damn.
We're really,
Bro, they were
just
taking
pushing
a
right now the combat
crap ton of damage.
Towerborn, I think, is
see
really
that?
something special. But the whole game is an RPG. There's a huge map that you move out onto, and you explore tile by tile, just like this, and you uncover through the fog of war different areas of bosses, loot chests, ventures, which are our version of dungeons. There's a ton to explore in this RPG, and then you go back to the tower and you get your missions. You go to the forge. What is this saying for Towerborn?
Yes, that's right. I totally blanked.
Hold on a second.
I was like, you're the one that told me. Yep.
I was basking in my success, and I just wasn't listening to anything except that I beat Benny, a pro gamer.
The saying of Towerborn is,
By the way, I want to explore the world, and I want to be strong enough to do it.
Next time, I'm going to get some practice in, and I will beat
Not
you.
this.
Right there.
This.
On the floor.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'll be there.
Not-
a week.
not that.
I'm just going. That's not going to be.
we'll do it.
Not
You
that.
guys join in Zoom,
This.
play a game. We'll show it on the site.
Yeah, we'll do it. But one thing I have to say is we're seeing more games go into early access. Why was it so important, and specifically to go
Chat,
into Steam
W or
features?
L for
Absolutely.
Towerborn?
Getting
W or
the
L?
Game into players' hands is super important to us. We want to have that discussion with the community, have them be a part of the game building. It's what Stoic has always done from our very first game.
You know what?
And so getting
I'm not
there,
gonna
being
I'm not
able to
gonna be
have
mad
that
about
and
them
have the-
coming up and
have
yapping
the
because at
input
first I
and
was
take
like,
it
man,
in.
they're just gonna yap and that's it.
Steam just
But they
happens to,
actually had
do that
controllers
well for us,
and was
and
playing
we
the
wanna make
fucking
sure
game
we're
on the
fully
panel.
prepared for when we come to
W
game preview next
yappers.
year and have an
W yappers.
expansive,
They at least
expansive,
done something
players,
besides
number
yapping
of
and
players
actually
coming
played the
in.
game.
We're truly ready for them. We don't
It,
want to
didn't, it wasn't like just
Honestly,
material
it's
out there
been
like
some
here's
of
a
the most
video
fun
we're gonna
I've
react
had.
to.
I've
They got
I've
controllers
really
in front of
enjoyed
them
playing it,
and they were
I
playing.
can't wait
W
to go and sit
yappers.
there and then beat you.
W.
It will happen. I'm excited for
I
next
appreciate
time.
that actually. We need more of that going on. I remember when E3, when you actually used to have people come on stage and then there'd be like somebody off to the side with the damn controller standing there playing for you in front of everybody. That's when you got the actual technical difficulties and shit like that. But I like that. That shows confidence.
Towerborn is an action RPG.
That shows a
online
lot of
multiplayer
confidence, actually.
game.
We're going to support for many years. It's a living world. Steam Early Access is a great vehicle.
And it don't
for
look
us
bad, to
get
be fair.
started.
My greatest
Like this actually don't look bad.
be sitting here a year from now.
If this has got like I guess local, like couch potato play, I can see this being a pretty good one to play. You know, little family game to play or something like that.
And now it's time to
to say goodbye, but only until tomorrow. And what a day tomorrow will bring.
So you got to make sure you join us when we kick off our final day of coverage with one of the most anticipated titles of the year. It's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. We'll also jump into the world of Metaphor Refantasio, a fantasy RPG from the minds behind Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5.
You making me wait to see all of that? For tomorrow? Warhammer? I want to see Warhammer Space Marines too. You gonna make me wait till tomorrow to see that shit?
And auf Wiedersehen. Bye.
Are you kidding me? Nah, I ain't. Nah, bro. It's gonna be like right after work. Nah. Hell no. Hell to the no. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Before I even see that chat, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I ain't gonna be seeing that. I'm not gonna be here. Look, bruh. Tomorrow final day. Yes, tomorrow final day. No, get out of here, bro. Now get the hell out. I won't be here tomorrow. I won't be here tomorrow for that. I'll be getting off work and probably resting up for the stream for the worldwide celebration because low-key, I'm probably going to be streaming that. If this point come off like I think it is, I'm gonna be streaming that. That was a massive fail, to be quite honest. I don't think Gamescom, like after the first day of Gamescom, when they show like all the trailers for stuff, like I know they have like certain ones that they have a little bit of things that they still talk about, but the fact that on the last day they got like Indiana Jones and Warhammer Space Marines 2, like some juggernaut games that people were actually waiting for, and they're doing that on the last day, it kind of effed up. To be fair, kind of effed up. They probably could have sprinkled in like Warhammer maybe today, spiced it up a little bit because low-key it wasn't really nothing all that spicy that they actually showed. It's just the games that we already have and stuff like that. What really nothing. So boring. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, they kept the good stuff for tomorrow. They straight up kept the good stuff for tomorrow. That's effed up, bro. That's all kinds of effed up. Can I go back a little bit and see that? Maybe a minute.
RPG online multiplayer game.
We're going to support for many years. It's a living world. Steam Early Access is a...
Let me just do that for a second because I want to say it was after all this talk. But I can't get it that close without it. So I'm just going to let them yap again and let that pop up. Because that was some horse crap. That really was. Like, how you going to have, like, all the good stuff later on, bro? Yeah, show me what we need to see. There we go. Indiana Jones, Avowed. Is that the... No, it's not art. History Untold. 33 Immortals. I don't really care about that. Warhammers, I do. And Metaphor. Tales of Iron 2. Squirrel with a Gun. Commandos, Origins, and more. Yeah, dude, this seems like all like the more heavy hit. Like, well, there's some whatever mid probably thrown in there as well too. But this seems more like a couple of the heavy hitters, especially Avowed. Like, we want to see more of Avowed and what the hell with it. We got some gameplay of it, but we want to see more of it. We want to see if it's more polished than it was before. That's crazy that you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. That truly is, bro. Yeah, they definitely kept the best stuff. That's tough, Xbox. That's real tough right there. Real tough. Listen, bro. 3 hours and 12 minutes. I did not expect 3 hours, to be quite honest. I thought it was going to be like 2 hours or something like that again. 33 more. Oh no. Whoa. I was getting it. I think I'm getting this mixed up. Is 33 Immortals? Is that the one that we seen that was like the turn-based like Final Fantasy looking game that was absolutely fucking wild? Hold on for a second. Is that the one that at first I thought it looked like it was going to be what was it? Damn it. What was that old game? BioShock. It looked like I thought it was going to be BioShock. And then it ended up being 30. Is that what that is? No? Oh, okay. I was about to say, because hold up. 33 Immortals. No, never mind. That's not it. I thought that was it for a second. I was about to be like, oh, I got to see that. But never mind. I'm looking up at it right now. That's definitely not it. I don't care. I don't care about that. So I don't care about that. So I'm not that worried about that. At first I was about to get very excited. It's not it. Listen, chat. With Hades, but with Rogue. Damn. That's insane though. 33. That is insane. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie on that one. That's pretty up there. But listen, chat. I do have. It's already 12, and I still got a video really to make on Dokkan. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a good little bit of a yap. I'll try not to keep it too long, but it's definitely a yap session that we actually have for tomorrow and also today, especially tomorrow, bro. Worldwide celebration video. Can't wait for that. For all my Dokkan fans out there right now, all my Dokkan homies. But listen, thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with your boy live on stream for 3 hours, literally listening to panels yap. Yeah. It wasn't fun, but it happened. Shout out Gift Queen Rimuru for some gift subs. Also, shout out to subs. And if you haven't hit the like button, I greatly appreciate you doing so. If you already have, then hey, appreciate you even more. But other than that, stay safe. And I'm out. Peace.